devil takes my soul, then God help you. Yeah, I'm a man with no answers. Yeah, man with nothing to lose. If the devil takes my soul, then darling, may God help you. Yeah, I'm a man with no answers. Yeah, man with nothing to lose. If the devil takes my soul, then God help you. Yeah, I'm a man with no answers. Yeah, man with nothing to lose. If the devil takes my soul, then darling, may God help you.
Coming to you from the award-winning Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge, PCA's 2024 Best of Leaf Midwest Cigar Bar, Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge, it's the Final Third Podcast.
Well, welcome to another Final Third podcast, live at Old 55, here for the End of Watch Legacy Fund event. Day drinking is definitely a good thing to do.
Love day drinking.
So yeah, if you are watching this live, you still have plenty of time to get out here. It's amazing what they have on the.
By the way,
on
he's
here.
Rob.
I'm Rob. Yes,
and I'm Scott.
I'm
Yeah.
Heine.
So that you know who the hell's actually
Yeah,
coming
I'm
to you
out of it.
live.
So we will have we're supposed to have Jason stop by. Jason Fruits from Old 55, Dirk Fence from the End of Watch Legacy Fund, and then we also have Sam and Emma over here from Hard Truth that might stop by as well. And
You
do a
know,
little
Rob
tasting.
just came out swinging. He's
Yeah.
just ready to go, man.
I am.
That's right.
You just
I am. The
I'm
caffeine
gonna
just
take
hit.
a break real
did
quick.
it. Just,
Yeah.
just got it going, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
the rest of us are dragging ass a little bit.
I
but-
am still dragging ass though, but that's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's a good day.
Yeah, that's all right.
But we're right now. We're sipping on the End of Watch, barrel pick with Dirk and Jason did this pick. Gosh, I can't even use words right now.
Yeah.
But it's a
Yeah,
barrel
some
proof bourbon
struggles.
pick, coming in at about 114.
14.
Is it 114? Yeah, 114.6. So we're sipping on that right now, and we'll talk to Jason and Dirk a little bit about that pick.
And today will be a drinking show.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we're inside, so we're not smoking. Obviously, you can see behind us. It's probably not a good idea to be smoking anywhere near the stills. So
Stills and barrels.
Stills and barrels and stuff,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, who
And
knows what's
giant
around.
tables full of bottles.
yes, that's why I was
Yeah.
saying. If you guys are close, get here. I mean, this is definitely the event you want to go to get a chance to get a bottle at a crazy good price. There are some that are going to go really, really high. I mean, you got
Yeah.
BTAC and you got all that stuff out here. But, I mean, plenty of Taylor out here, plenty of Bookers out here. So a lot of different bottles you could probably get for a really good price. But every dollar goes to End of Watch, so that's all that matters.
Like I say, some are set up as a raffle where you buy tickets,
Yes.
and then others
Yeah.
are like a silent auction kind of deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
You may be able to pick up that bottle you've been wanting for a long time for a lot
Yeah.
less than you thought.
And you can come and get this bottle today, this barrel pick bottle. It's only going to be sold during the event. And you can come and get that today, and all the money, all the proceeds go directly to End of
Wait a
Watch
sec.
as well.
What happens if they don't sell out?
Are we allowed to kill
I-
that bottle today?
I don't know. I bought it, so I guess
Oh,
we can.
okay. So one way or another, we're going to kill that bottle.
3 of us.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot to kill.
Yeah, that is.
But we'll have some other, we can get some other drinks too. So,
I like the other drinks too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, more bourbon. Who we
Oh,
got
no.
over there? We got, what is that where they're doing tasting?
This is Hard Truth.
They got Hard Truth
Yes.
tasting right there in
Yep.
front of us. Fantastic.
Yep, I believe Sam's going to stop by here and bring a couple bottles for us to sample through too.
Got the fork
Love it.
truck outside,
Yep.
food truck.
Fork truck, food
Fork
truck.
truck, food truck?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't had them. Are they good? Anybody know?
The food truck. Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's the same one as last year, yeah, it was fantastic.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was really good. So,
I was gonna say I had to pass
definitely
by.
need that.
I had to pass by Crawfordsville on the way here,
yep. Oh,
and there is a Sunoco gas station that is known for having like the world's best tenderloin.
oh yeah.
Yeah, right there, just off the exit at Crawfordsville. It's absolutely fantastic. I've had it before. I was gonna try and stop on the way home, and then Janelle reminded me that we have a Fisher's Freight game tonight.
Well, I was going
And-
to ask you guys. There's this little bar down here, and it's in the middle of this little dinky town of Wingate.
Oh,
It's called High Street Bar and Grill, and we've kind of made it a tradition. That's where we stop on the way home.
Man,
but I've not been there yet, so I have
I'd
to
love
check that
to,
out.
but I can't stop anywhere. Got to get
That's all
home
right.
and get my Freight jersey on, be ready for some Smash Mouth indoor football, which is going to be a blast.
I got my IFL network subscription. So
Nice.
We'll be
There
watching
you
it as soon as
go.
we get at the house.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we're
got
going to be buying some tickets. I think the tickets we had kind of fell through. Well, it's kind of a funny story, and I don't think anyone's going to get pissed about this, but so he had Fisher's Freight tickets with his season tickets this year for the fuel, and he was looking to just give us a couple tickets to use, but he called the fuel and said, hey, I want some of these tickets I want to be able to pass forward to next year and use for my season tickets next year. They're like, oh, no problem. Took all of his tickets and put it in there, so we get no tickets now.
Oh,
But good for him. He gets some money off of his season tickets next year. So
yeah, that's good.
so that was good. So first thing, let's go fuel.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got to get back in this freaking thing. They're not playing real well right now.
Goodness.
They have moments. Toledo right now is the better team.
They definitely are.
But
Well, if we quit
We're not done
passing
yet.
to them.
yes, we're not
that
done
would
yet. We're not
definitely
done yet.
help.
Yeah.
But what do you guys get on this? I get a similar note whenever I drink Old 55, the straight bourbons.
Yeah.
The initial note. It may go away after sipping on it for a while, but I get some of that green apple kind of thing going.
I think that kind of sharpened part of the green apple,
and
especially.
I wonder if that's coming from the pot still back here a little bit.
I almost wonder if it wasn't more like corn husk.
I
There's
don't
something
get as
like a
much
sweet
corn husk
version.
on this one, but it does taste more like. And I think they do. We'll have to ask Jason for sure. I think he does use sweet corn
It's
in a
all
lot
sweet
of his
corn.
a lot of his batches.
So-
All of it sweet corn.
This was not all sweet corn.
No, I mean
He's
the
got
corn
sweet-
they use is all sweet corn.
No, they use regular yellow dent too.
Do they?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
thought it was sweet corn.
I'll have to ask him. I thought that.
Will's referencing his notes, his extensive page of notes.
I'll have to ask him because they used to use yellow dent because they grow yellow dent.
Well, it says
and
Hoosier
sweet.
corn and wheat.
Yeah. So
but
this is actually
everything
regular
else
corn.
is everything else listed. All of his other picks are all 100% sweet corn. So
Yeah, the picks are typically the sweet corn, but this one is just a regular bourbon. So we'll have to ask him for sure what corn they're using.
So
and it's,
I
it's all from the heart, no heads or tails.
Yes.
no heads
Yes.
or tails.
All the
All
good part
from
in the
the
middle
heart.
of the corn.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I went to HC Tavern, grab a quick lunch before going for my haircut, and I had this grilled cheese and tomato soup, which was awesome. Truffle grilled cheese sandwich. It was absolutely unbelievable. But the bartender said, "Hey, have you tried our corn bisque?" And I'm like, "No, I have not." So she went and got me just like a little, I don't know, a little ramekin that had a little tasting, maybe 4 or 5 spoonfuls in it. And I got to say, there is something very distinct that comes through with cooked corn that is absolutely in this whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just there, and it's nice, like it's pleasant. I don't mind it at all. I know that sounds weird to say, like cooked corn, but it's not what you think. It's
I definitely get what you're saying.
yeah.
It's almost the sweetness of like a corn casserole.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, that's kind of where it's fallen for me. But it's got a great, kind of standard bourbon backing to it.
Yeah.
Which I always love, right? I mean, if you're going to do something that's a little bit off profile, start with a good foundation, and then start
Then build from there.
Yep, going from there, and that
Yeah, I
this
think
absolutely does it.
I think the wheat aspect of this too almost it holds true with that corn casserole
Yeah.
with the almost
The bready thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this
Yep.
definitely is, to me, this is
Dinner in a
this is
glass.
a traditional Old 55 bourbon release that I've had before, but each one of them just slightly unique, and I love the way this one gets into that corn casserole kind of notes there. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, very tasty.
Well,
And this
cool.
is pretty wild, coming live from Distillery.
Yeah.
And we're just out here. The distillery is kind of just this big open metal building with all the fermentation tanks and holding tanks to our left, and then obviously the stills right behind us.
Well,
I didn't even
and-
realize, is that 3 separate column stills?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And a pot still. That's
Well-
a lot of distilling possibilities.
And it's
there.
usually Jason and one other person doing it, so
Man.
it's a lot of work for one person.
Triple distillation towers with elongated whiskey helmet.
Elongated whiskey helmet.
Yep. And it's a German still made by Koth Distillanatistik.
Oh yeah.
Sure, those
Yeah,
guys.
some German dude with a really long name.
Is the hood made
Oh,
by
that is
Trojan?
all one name?
That's distill. I'm assuming that means distillation machine.
Distillation machine.
Distillation machine. Love it.
Yeah.
But
By
the
the
company
way-
name is, I think, Koth Distillery type stuff.
Gotcha.
Distillery
Okay,
machines.
all right.
So I know you can't see it on the camera yet. We may have to do a fan around here a little bit later. To the right here, that's the old school here in Newtown, and so he ages. I think all, if not all, most. Like there's a few barrels out here in the basement underneath the gym of the old school.
Oh, it's like attached to this?
Yes.
Okay,
so that's the
gotcha.
old stage,
Oh,
on the back side,
Oh, okay. Now
where-
I see.
Yeah, that
the-
was the
got
building,
it.
is
and
what
that
he's
was the
saying.
gym on the back side there.
Ah, interesting.
Very interesting. They took an old building and added on to it, and
It's
make
kind of
whiskey.
an interesting place because it's not like about 12 minutes off the interstate, off of 74
Something
or
like
something like
that,
that.
yeah.
12 to 15 minutes.
yeah.
But you definitely feel like you are out in the back
Middle of
hills in-
nowhere.
Yeah,
in
you're
Indiana.
only 10 minutes from Attica, but 10 minutes from Attica really isn't 10 minutes.
For
Too
No.
much.
Right.
And I think
Other than
we're-
Badlands, I don't think I've ever gone to Attica for anything.
Yeah, exactly, for Badlands, yeah. The only the closest place, larger town, is going to be Lafayette, which I think is only about 20 minutes up the road, 25
Yeah,
minutes
it's like
maybe up the
northeast of
road.
here or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not far at all, but
And probably 20 minutes back to Crawfordsville.
probably
25.
Probably,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's out here.
You
And,
know what else we're real close to? We're real close to the Illinois border.
We are really
Yeah.
close. Yes.
I saw all signs for dispensaries right across the border.
That's hilarious. Get your whiskey and get your weed.
Get your weed.
Love it. Love it.
You know what? You know what else we're not close to? Cell towers.
You're exactly right.
But thank you to the fine folks over at Starlink and Elon Musk for providing internet today. I mean, we're paying for it, but you know,
Exactly.
still got.
Thanks
got
for
internet
taking
from-
their money.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Got internet from Starlink. So
Yeah.
if it's crappy, I mean, don't blame us.
Don't blame us.
Blame Elon.
Yeah.
Everybody's blaming him for everything else, so why not this?
Exactly.
I think it seems reasonable.
I think so.
Right on.
I mean, my employees really got pissed when I told them they have to tell me everything they do every day.
Right?
I don't understand that.
know.
I mean, you're
Why are
related
you
to
so
them, so I mean,
mad?
it's not like you don't know.
Tam. I can imagine Tam. I'm not telling you what I did. I ain't
not
telling
telling-
you shit.
Yeah. You got cameras?
There's
Look
been
it
a
up.
couple of times she's done that to me. I'm like, oh, she's like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, yeah, you are. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, well, we're doing this. And then she reluctantly does it. She's like, yeah, it's not that bad. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see? Not the end of the world. Who's man in the shop today?
Tam and Chloe this afternoon.
Oh, right on.
Yep.
Right on.
Yep.
Yeah, you be back by like 6 or something.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think we're gonna try to grab some dinner and see how busy they are. Because if they're busy like last night, I don't want to even be around that freaking place.
Oh, dude.
God, that wore me out
Well,
last night.
That's
Yeah.
what you get for complaining about how slow it was the beginning of the week.
Yeah, exactly. Told Lisa, said if we're gonna have nights like that, I might have to start working during the days.
I was gonna say, I think
and let
somebody came in at like 9:55.
Oh no, there was somebody there at 10:15.
Oh,
They
really?
were coming and grab cigars, and Tim's like, "We're getting ready to clean up at once everyone's out of here. We closed at 10." Oh, okay. It is what it is.
But they just grabbed and go.
Actually, they just left.
They just left?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. You can't please everybody. You know, we were open. You used to be open till 9, and people say, "Oh, we can't be out. We want to be able to go out to dinner and come out there." So we're like, "Okay, we'll open up a little, stay open a little later." Still gonna happen.
Yeah.
10 o'clock,
Yeah.
people roll in. So
But it is a cigar lounge, and you guys are
Yeah.
actually open pretty late
Yeah.
compared to a lot of cigar
Yeah.
lounges.
yeah, unless you get down to like Burn, which Burn tends to.
But
Burn,
that's a nightclub,
Burn
man.
and Havana turn into a club at night, which
Yeah,
that's
I'm-
fine.
That's good for them.
Yeah.
They turn into something.
I'm not gonna attend.
That's as far as I was
Just
going
saying.
with it.
Yeah.
But if you're a young person downtown, and you want a place to go.
That's
top,
probably
and
your
That's probably a
vibe.
good place to go.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's in the
I'm
right
not young.
location, being downtown.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna get that as much in Ingles
No.
nightclub scene.
No. I will say the last group that left, it took them about 40 minutes to get their Uber.
Oh man.
They lived in Fortville. And had to get an
They
Uber.
could have walked quicker than
That's what I told
waiting
them.
on the Uber.
And then they got the Uber, and it showed up, and it was like a car, and they had like 8 people.
Wow.
And he's like, you guys that can't all fit. So 2 guys sat there and waited. He was going to turn around and come back. I'm like, it's like a 5-minute drive, so sure the Uber's going to come back and get you a second trip.
You'd think so.
Ah,
Man.
but yeah. Uber, come on, man. You guys got to get
Step
yourself
your
out
game
here.
up.
Jeez. Well, not out here. No Uber's coming
yeah,
to Old
there's no
55.
Uber. There is no Ubers to Old 55. I mean, you might be able to get an Uber to Old 55, but you're not getting one from here.
I think Uber out here is just called Ethel.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You call Ethel?
Yeah, it's the lady down the street that doesn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, that's probably true. Of course, you might just be able to drive out here, honestly. I mean, where are you going to go?
That's true. I mean, worst case, you're going to drive into a field.
That's, yeah. Yeah.
Don't hit the combine.
Try not to. Those things are expensive, man. Mm-hmm. There's a pretty
Well,
good crowd here
It's starting to
already.
pick up a little
Yeah.
bit. You know, the rain, it was raining pretty heavy earlier, and I was watching the weather, and it said around 11:30 it was going to stop here. I'm like, perfect. Hopefully people started making their way here already. So I don't know if it's going to be sunny or not, but at least it's not raining right now.
Man, those storms came through this morning.
Strong.
Wow.
There's a lot of signs and stuff on our way over here that were down.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
Well, and the wind was coming from the south.
Yeah.
So it was
That's why it was so
really
muggy and warm until what, about
an hour
9
ago.
o'clock,
2 hours
9:30,
ago.
10? Yeah.
Yeah, but Janelle and I both get woken up by, the storm because, it was crazy loud. And, of course, phones start going off, 80-mile-an-hour straight-line winds, which is a lot. And we hear this real kind of just noise, and it kept going. We're like, what in the hell is going on? It was our garage door.
Oh, wow.
It was
shaking.
It was shaking and vibrating it so much that it was
Wow.
like rattling the entire house with this big bass note. Yeah, that was
Wow.
the first time in 8 years. we built this house, and that's the first time we've ever heard that before.
Well, I was dead to the world. I was not moving at all. And I woke up at 8 o'clock or whatever. And I looked at my phone, and it was flashing. It was a thunderstorm emergency.
Yes, it was.
So they've started doing that in Indiana now, where if it's a really bad storm, it's
Yeah,
a
mine
tornado
went off-
emergency or
Mine
a
went off
thunderstorm
at
emergency.
5:45 this morning.
I didn't
Yeah.
even hear
Like
it.
an Amber Alert, just
Yeah,
I was
ours
like,
didn't
what in
make
the world?
noise. That was weird. Janelle and I both talked about that. It didn't make any noise, so I don't know.
Mine did.
Oh,
either.
mine
what
did.
the story was there.
Well, I
But-
always have mine on. What do you have yours on? Do not disturb at night.
No.
Yeah, that's why probably.
Yeah, I didn't have mine on Do Not Disturb, but I always have the volume down. Usually, if it's tornado,
It
it'll
still busts through.
override that stuff. But I guess 80-mile-an-hour straight-line winds doesn't justify that.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
And did you go out to McDonald's or did you go over towards Taylor's to come here tonight?
McDonald's.
Okay, so you went to, okay. Did you see the sign there for the Pay Lake?
Yeah, it got
Campground.
knocked over.
Okay, I thought it was down. I looked over, I'm like, is that sign on the ground? That wind was definitely strong. I like how he coughs and he has to use bourbon to get rid of the cough.
I would have used water, but I didn't.
Yeah.
bring any,
I didn't
so-
think about water.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
that's all right. Well,
About
bourbon
what?
worked.
You
Hey,
have
that
water.
worked.
What are
It's
you
fine.
talking about?
I do have water. Yes, you
water.
guys can sip on my water if you want to.
Yeah, I'd rather drink bourbon.
Bourbon got rid of the
Damn.
frog in my throat.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take a look at any of these bottles.
Yeah, we'll be
this
doing that
morning.
after the podcast because we got to get our auction bids in.
Yeah, I feel like I need to definitely place some bids here on some things. I think I see. Is that still Jack Daniel's rye?
Yeah.
Pick over there.
He saved 6 bottles back for
Okay.
here for this event.
Got it.
So
Got it.
he actually sold out pretty quickly, but those 6 were the last 6.
Yeah,
so.
I figured that those would have been gone.
yeah. But if you want to try it, come to our place.
I see
Yeah,
a
got
Larceny
plenty.
barrel proof
There-
over there.
Well, he's got a whole bunch of tubes of Taylor over there.
Yeah.
A bunch of E.H. Taylors.
Several Bookers down here on this end.
Yeah,
It's really almost everything you can think of out here.
He's got that super expensive old granddad. I saw that.
Yeah.
You gonna buy that?
No. No, I am not going to buy
No.
that, Rob. I
No.
will not.
No.
I-
You're gonna get. If you're going peanut butter, you're gonna go screwball.
Exactly. I'm going to leave that for somebody else to enjoy. Somebody who has a palate
Someone will. Someone will.
Somebody
that
likes
differs from mine.
peanut butter on their taint.
Exactly. Exactly.
That happens.
Sorry to the old granddad folks, but just not a fan.
Yeah.
I'm glad people are. I'm glad they're selling it. But
So anybody listening in live?
Nobody's coming in yet.
Okay.
no,
It's a different day. We're usually on Sundays, so this
it
is Saturday.
Yeah,
but
we're kind of out on our own today.
Yeah.
And I know that Mikey B, Mr. Bother, is down there. He had to help put out 23,000 shirts.
Yeah.
that
yeah.
picture was funny.
It was. Apparently, when the Pacers do the shirts on every chair, they don't hire like contractors.
No.
They just tell every single employee of the Pacers,
Show up
minus the players and coaches, right? But everybody else, like, you got to come and put shirts on this. So, like, they got everybody out
I
there.
kind of get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Work-wise,
Like,
I get it.
Yeah, it's like it's a job, right? But it was kind of funny, like the number of shirts, and yeah, Mike said he was sweating out his hangover.
Yeah.
you know, dropping shirts onto chairs. So
Yeah, the time lapse was pretty cool.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
it was.
And good luck to the Pacers today. They kick off their
Mm-hmm.
playoff season. They've looked pretty good this
Yep.
year, so we'll see where they end up.
Yep, Colorado. They start their run to the title for the Cup this year.
That's right. That's today.
I'm
Are
getting
they
really
tonight?
nervous. It's tonight. Yep, I'm getting really nervous though because everyone's shifting and picking them to win the Cup. I'm like, this is a sign that I'm not looking for. I don't want anybody thinking about them right now.
Right.
But
I mean,
they're
it's the
talking about
Avalanche. They always think about them. It's going to happen.
I know, but too many people are picking them. I'm like, God dang it, don't pick them. But you know what? Maybe they know something that we all think we know.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. You know, I gotta say, I think that there is some bourbons that might drink better out of a rocks glass than a Glen. We're almost always using Glens. We didn't today because we didn't have any.
Right.
We didn't bring them, and this was what they had, and this is how they serve their whiskey here.
I could have stole some off our table that we're selling, but I didn't think about that until just
Eh,
now.
well, you know.
This
But
actually works in this class, I think.
I've noticed that Old Forester 1920 I prefer in a rocks glass,
Okay.
which is kind of crazy, but I think it opens up the nose a lot more. I think by concentrating it, it actually lessens it. And yeah,
Well, and I
I've
think
just
go
kind of
ahead.
like got to try these in different glasses.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it for me is like if you get something that's super medicinal on the nose, then in a rocks glass it's much better because it dissipates a lot easier.
Exactly.
It doesn't just hit you right at the beginning. So,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, cool.
Yeah, we'll have to do that as an experiment sometime.
Drink whiskey out of multiple glasses.
Market research.
Market
Damn.
research.
So
It's for science.
So we get us a 12-ounce mug filled up, Ross glass filled up, Glen filled up.
Okay.
Oh, we'll even do a wee
All
Glen
right.
just to throw it in
Just
there.
a wee Glen.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
Just see what all four of those are like. 12-ounce mug.
We can
that.
do 8 if we're not wanting to be stupid.
That's okay. That's fair.
Come on.
Go to 8. Yep. Yep. I do have to say it's a little weird not smoking a cigar right now.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Like,
Well,
I
and
feel
also-
like Talladega Nights. What do
What do I do
with
with my hands? Yeah. You know, that's part of the reason why we have so much extra room on the tables. We don't have ashtrays.
That's
Trays,
true.
everything else.
That's true. No ashtrays.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just stupid boards.
I still brought some, so I'll smoke one when we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got some on the table over there. I'll grab one of those. I didn't have any time to think about grabbing anything else.
I still had my travel case from going to St. Louis this week. So.
Cool.
Yep. I actually smoked a Metropolitan on the way over here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't smoke because Lisa was driving her car.
Yeah.
She didn't smoke in her car.
I wasn't in my car either. So
Hey, Liesel, you need to chase up a glass of water for me, please?
I think they've got bottles of water
Or a
somewhere.
bottle
I
or
think.
something.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Oh, actually,
Is that what you appreciate about
It
her?
is what I appreciate about her.
Nice.
Oh, there we
Hey,
go.
there's
There's
one.
a bottle. We'll get you a replacement, hopefully.
came prepared.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not come prepared.
Well, she's still going hunting them down for you guys.
That's fine. I'll just replace
That
it with
works.
that one.
Exactly. Yep. Whew.
He found some.
I got one.
Yeah. He had
found
one.
I had one.
Yeah. Yeah, how about that? So, PCA just finished up.
Yeah.
I loved that they had the Best of Leaf Awards.
Yep.
And when Lisa sent that out to us, I noticed that the one for this region, the Midwest, is in Pacific, Missouri,
Yep.
which is right outside of St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yep.
So I plan on making a trip there and checking out. I forget what the name of it was. I don't have that in front of me.
I can't remember the name of it either, but I thought the same thing. I'd like to go check them out.
Yeah. It looked like a nice little cigar bar.
Yeah.
Kind of a same kind of culture mindset probably is what we maintain at Final Third.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep. So I'll make sure and check that out and maybe get a little reel.
Yeah, I
from those
downloaded that
guys.
video, and I wanted to make sure I got to see a few of those whenever I'm around. I mean, obviously, I'm going to go see the one in Abu Dhabi.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
that's a given.
That's on the list, huh?
I'll give them a call and see if we can get if they can fly us over there to do a podcast from their lounge.
Cigar Vault.
Cigar Vault.
The Cigar Vault. There you go. Yeah. So if you're over in the St. Louis area, check out the Cigar Vault. This year's PCA Best of Leaf.
Yep, for the Midwest.
To the Midwest. for
115
2025.
West
Cigar
St.
bar.
Louis Street, Pacific, Missouri.
There you go.
There you go. Awesome. Well, we
Are
need
we
to get
getting cigars coming in from PCA soon?
They should be, yes. I know Purples from Macau should be here by the end of the week.
Excellent.
The 85 from Aladino is shipping the beginning of May, I believe. The Warheads will be anywhere between the end of May or beginning of May and 2027.
And that's that's the Warhead 11, right?
all the warheads. So
Warhead
there's
11 and
you got
the
Warhead
Independence
11,
Day.
you got Warhead 6, you got Warhead 1, and you got Warhead Independence Day this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Independence Day.
So the 6 and 1 are revisits to two of their most popular warheads ever. Warhead 1 was a Toro that was super popular, but it might have been because of the first one. But I think it's going to be great in a Toro. The 6 was the I think it's like a box press Figurado, and then you got the 11, which I believe is coming in. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it's kind of almost like a torpedo shape, but I'm not sure. I'll have to remember that one. And then the Independence Day is the one you can only get if you buy other products, and we've got a few boxes of those coming too. So
nice.
Fantastic.
And then the
Well,
Las
I'll
Seis
have to fight for a
Provincia.
box of those, but
Yeah. The Las Seis Provincia. I don't know when they're going to be putting that out, but it's again, something between May and 2027.
Okay.
Let's see who else has got them.
Announced at this year's PCA, shipping after next year's PCA.
yeah.
Yes. But I mean, they should be. It should be this summer. So, I mean, we should be getting all this stuff by this summer. Trying to think of what else was new we'll be getting. HVC's got some stuff coming. Yeah, I can't remember anything else right now off the top of my
Okay.
head. I don't know why I can't. Brain's not working, but yeah,
Need more bourbon.
I do need more
Yeah,
bourbon.
yeah.
But I mean, our crowd definitely tends to lean into the Warheads, the Espinosas. Obviously the 85. I'm really excited about trying that because it's tobacco that none of us have probably ever tried.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Stuff like
awesome.
that.
I'm
That's gonna
looking
be
forward to
fun.
that.
Well,
I'm
and the story behind it alone makes
Yeah.
is-
Oh, that's something else too. At the trade show, what they did was they actually played the video that they created for Julio for his 85th birthday, and so it's an hour-long movie, and we're going to be doing a movie night at Final Third, and hopefully Trey Mass will be able to come up, and we're going to be talking about the brand and Julio and actually showing the movie. So we'll probably pair a cigar and a drink with that and come out and watch a movie.
nice.
Love it.
We'll have popcorn. We'll have Jim show up so you can
Awesome.
pick up
Yes,
afterwards.
let's definitely do popcorn with Jim. It's his favorite snack. To
Oh,
be
it is,
served
it
at-
is.
At the final.
Yeah,
third.
we can do what everybody's doing at the Minecraft movie and just start going nuts and throwing stuff as soon as it
Is
hits
that
a
what
certain
happens?
part.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Is that the thing?
it's some wrestling scene where it's got Jason Momoa is wrestling a zombie dude, and he gets on a chicken.
Okay.
And it's for some reason everybody deemed that moment to go ballistic in the
That's
theater
when
and
you.
throw stuff.
That's when you.
Oh,
do
that's
the
funny.
thing. Okay.
So they've had multiple viewings shut down and people kicked out and police called and everything for disruption. Somebody brought a live chicken in and threw it up in the air when that happened.
This is like what's that movie that everybody like does the sing along and all
Rocky
that?
Horror Picture
Yeah,
Show.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what it kind of makes me think of.
Another person that's going to be here today that I think I just saw him, Drew Black from Circle City Whiskey Company.
Oh, yeah.
So he'll be out here too, I believe. So there's a lot of people. If you have time to get out here, man, there's a lot of people to meet, but also a lot of fun people to mingle with. A lot of police officers are here because of obviously the cause.
Yep.
They support one another well. We should be doing them as much, if not more, supporting them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you're around, get out to
Get out here.
Newtown, Old 55 Distillery, and
Yep.
come out to the event. Why don't we pay a bill and you can go chase
see if
down
I
our
can-
first guest?
You got it.
Final Third Cigar is Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge. Come to Final Third for a selection of over 20 different Aladino cigars, including the Cameroon, a wonderful cigar with nice light flavors. Make sure and visit Final Third, the Aladino exclusive cigar lounge for Indiana. And we're back. We're going to
All right.
have
We got Sam
Sam
from
joining
Hard
us.
Truth coming
Hard
on
Truth
with us for a
coming
few
in.
He's
minutes.
bringing over some
Yeah.
little plastic cups.
Share
Speaking
there.
of different glasses to drink out of,
Yeah.
little
Yes.
plastic cups will work just fine.
They work great.
Sam, introduce yourself to our crowd out there.
Well, hey everybody, my name is Sam Warbaugh. I'm the sales manager here in Indiana for Hard Truth Distillery. So excited to be on the podcast. Thank you guys for having me.
Well, thank you for coming
Absolutely.
on with us, man. I was excited to see when Dirk put out everyone was going to be here, and you guys are coming to do a tasting because this is one thing we love about the cigar and whiskey industry is people support one another.
Absolutely.
And you're coming to another distillery doing a tasting, and they're totally cool with it. You're cool with it. It's all for a great cause, and we love that. So
Absolutely. It's caring or sharing is caring. Right?
exactly, yeah. So
So you already told us who you are. Tell us about what we're going to taste today.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, I should talk a little bit about Hard Truth, if that's all right with
Yes,
you guys.
please do so.
Actually, can you scoot up a little bit, get a little closer to your
Yeah.
mic? I want to make sure we
Absolutely.
hear you good.
Yeah. So I'm sure I know all of you guys are familiar with Hard Truth, but we are Indiana's largest craft distillery. We're based in Nashville, Indiana, and we're producing everything in-house. Really, a big thing that's important to us is we use as many Indiana grains as possible. So we get all of our corn and rye from farmers here in Indiana. The only thing we can't get is malted barley, just because it doesn't grow in the quantities that we need.
Common problem.
Yes. Yeah.
And getting it malted is also a big pain.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But I leave that to our distillers, which do a phenomenal job with it. But here today, I got 2 whiskeys I wanted to taste with you guys.
Okay.
We've got our sweet mash bourbon as well as our sweet mash rye. I should mention that we're using the sweet mash process for everything that we produce. So we're just starting from scratch every single time with our mash bills, which is the opposite of the sour mash process, where you've got your mash bill, you hold a little bit back, and then you use that to start the next mash bill. But the result of this is a less acidic product out of the still.
And I would assume it's also probably a little bit easier to keep consistency.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the place with technology where we don't have issues with consistency, but historically that is a large reason that people use the sour mash process.
Because it kept it consistent.
Let's go
from
ahead,
pulling
let's
a
go ahead
little
and
from
pour
each
one of these right now, and we'll get started, and we'll keep talking.
Let's do it. Yeah. We can start with the sweet mash bourbon.
Are you sipping with us or not?
Well, I didn't get enough cups.
Well, we need
Absolutely,
to
I
get
am.
some cups. We'll grab one of those, and we can reuse a couple cups. That's fine.
Thank
Do we
you
want,
very
do
much.
we want larger pours? Is this good?
This is good enough.
I mean, we
if we
do-
want more, we'll get more.
Oh yeah,
All
we
right.
will.
I've got a full bottle. We're good.
We know where you're at.
All right, we got a full bottle of drinks. That's what
Oh,
that's what
man.
I heard.
Challenge accepted.
Yes, yes. I don't think you understand just how much I drink.
We do drink a lot, yeah. So that is kind of cool because I know. I mean, again, all Indiana distilleries and distilleries in general, they're all close. You guys all know each other. You guys all work together.
Absolutely.
And the last time I was down there, I do feel like you guys are kind of on the leading edge of the technology side of distilling. Starlight does a great job. Obviously, Old 55 does a great job. But I think you guys definitely are leaning heavily into the technology, which then allows you to, make more product, obviously.
Yep.
But keep it consistent across the board. So.
Absolutely, yeah. They're doing a lot of cool stuff down at the distillery.
And also, if you've never been down there, they've got a full restaurant. They got music outside. I mean, there's so much to do there. You can do tours. They got a nice little tasting room that you can get cocktails wherever you want to back there. I mean, it's an all-day thing. You do the ATV rides. You're 5 minutes from downtown Nashville.
Yep.
So I mean, you can literally spend a weekend there and have a blast the entire time and still not see everything.
Absolutely. We got 325 acres down there, and as you guys know, it's basically like an adult whiskey amusement park,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you're now doing pontoons, right?
That's our newest attraction. Now we
Hell
have
yeah.
a tiki boat tour, so
I
we'll
love
take you
it.
out on a pontoon and
Drink some bourbon out there.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
But a lot of cool stuff going on. But most importantly, we're making a whole lot of good whiskey and spirits out there.
Amen.
Fantastic.
And what is this, the bourbon, the rye?
Yes, so
was the
starting out
bourbon.
with the bourbon,
Bourbon,
I
okay.
figured we'd go lower to higher proof.
Gotcha.
So this is the first bourbon from our rack house. First came out at the beginning of 2024. And like I said, it is coming in at 90 proof.
Okay.
So it's a very confectionery, both aroma and palate.
palate, yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
the palate finish is so strong with kind of a nice, I don't know, strawberry cotton candy kind of note at the long end of the finish to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all the sweet side of everything, almost like when you get like perfect ripe cantaloupe, and it's
Yeah.
got that just shot of sweetness to it. It's absolutely wonderful. It's not cloying or anything. It's not over the top. It just absolutely shines through with all the kind of typical, bourbon notes that are at the base.
Absolutely, and that was kind of our master distiller's goal when he first came out with the sweet mash bourbon, is for it to be a really solid everyday drinker for you.
And I got to say, I'm surprised at the amount of flavor it gets from a 90 proof.
I was
yeah.
going the same place.
Yeah,
feel like it's-
we're all kind of barrel proof guys,
Of course,
right?
yeah.
So that's anytime we're drinking 90, it's always kind of okay, what are we missing? I don't know that we're missing a whole lot
No,
out of
no.
this.
No, that's the first thing I thought was it definitely tastes a lot above its proof. I mean, even tastes proofier. You know, if I can say that. I mean, it tastes more like it's 100 proof.
Like
I
a
was gonna
bottle and
say,
bond?
It was
Yeah.
almost a bottle and bond level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is what we
flavor.
appreciate.
Yes.
Yes, it is what we appreciate.
I like how he turns and looks at you, waiting for you to say it.
I know. Yeah.
Are you a Shorzy fan?
Probably never seen it.
Never seen it?
I am not.
Okay.
okay.
Have you ever seen Letterkenny? Okay.
No.
Okay.
See, obviously not a
stupid-
hockey fan.
It's stupid Canadian humor, but it's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't say I track anything with hockey, but man, it is fun to watch.
It is
Yes.
a blast. Yes.
Yeah. We were actually just talking about the Indy Fuel. They're in the middle of the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
unfortunately, they're down 0-2, but we'll see.
Anything can happen, right?
That's
It can,
right.
Yes, they're coming back home on Monday, so we'll see.
All right. I love it.
Yeah. So you guys really got yourselves put on the map with your Sweet Mash Rye.
Yes.
I mean, when you started releasing the ryes, which, you know, a lot of people don't realize, ryes can actually be released a lot quicker than bourbons.
1,000%.
So I mean, even a 2-year rye can have a ton of flavor, where a bourbon needs to sit a little bit longer. And you guys won a lot of awards, so people had you guys on the radar for a long time. And everyone's like, okay, what's going to happen when you guys release bourbon?
Yes.
When Dirk and I went down and did that pick the last time, we tasted through some of the barrels, like your cognac and Armagnac finished barrels and stuff. It's gold. It's absolutely amazing. So as the bourbons become more popular on your portfolio, I think people are going to be really surprised of something that amazing coming out of Southern Indiana. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Speaking of the rye, I have an empty cup. I could definitely take a pour.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll give Will a new cup.
Fair. There you go, Will.
All right, Scott, you get one too.
Oh,
And
nice.
here's mine.
Okay. That was my old cup.
Oh, that's his old cup, so I'll just
Yes.
keep that here.
That's perfect.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
So, Sam, how long have you been with Hard Truth?
So I've been with Hard Truth for about 2 years now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Loving every second of it.
Okay. And remind me the name of the distiller.
Brian Smith
Brian,
is our
thank you.
master distiller. Yes.
He's a really cool guy.
He
A really
is.
distinct name that's unforgettable.
Yeah.
Brian
Yes, yeah.
Smith,
Brian Smith.
master distiller.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, he was in the wine world, right? Before he started
So,
with whiskey, or was that him?
Honestly, I don't know if he was in
Okay.
the wine world or not. I know that he had done some work for us with Quaffon. So Quaffon
Maybe it was the
is-
beer world. Okay.
Yes, yeah. So Quaffon is a brewery. It's a separate company, but there's some overlap in terms of our ownership.
Yeah.
And that's really kind of where we started. So Quaffon started in Nashville in 2009, ran that for a little while, and then ultimately they started Hard Truth in 2015. And that's when they made Brian our master distiller. And he had
Gotcha.
not previously had any experience as a master distiller at that point in time.
Okay.
And man, he has crushed it.
Yes, he has. He really has.
But this
And
is spectacular, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which one is this?
Yes. So now we're drinking the Sweet Mash Rye. This is kind of our flagship product.
Mash number one. Okay,
And
okay.
yes, and it is the first whiskey that we released from our rack house. This first came out in 2018. And it is barrel strength. So it does vary from batch to batch in terms of proof point, but we're looking about 117 for this one.
Yeah. Nice.
I love the
So
balance
good.
between that ethanol and the spice and the tannin,
Yes.
because that rye always gives you that slightly tannic note from the rye husk
Yeah.
that comes through, even through the distillate, right? I mean, I drank a lot of rye beers, and
Yeah.
you always got to be a little bit cautious when you're doing the fermentation process, the mashing process with that,
Absolutely.
because you can get a little bit too tannic, but I really love how it comes through in this rye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is going to be a high rye,
Mm-hmm.
so 94% rye, 6% malted barley is the
Okay,
mash bill for that
okay.
one.
For those that don't understand, the barley is almost always put in there because of its ability to help the fermentation process.
Yeah.
It does add flavor, but it really is as much a mechanic thing as it is an actual flavor thing.
It
because
also
of that
kind of
process.
softens the palate a little bit when you're
can,
drinking
yep.
it too. And
But definitely straight grain without the malted barley in there is a little bit more challenging on the fermentation side.
Yeah.
After you mash
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Yeah, something I don't know if you guys noticed this, but that kind of stands out to me with the Sweet Mash Rye is it's got a very, very oily mouthfeel. So it kind of coats the entire mouth, and then as a result of that, it really sticks with you.
Yeah.
right? Which is good because you're drinking something that's really high proof, right? You want to be able to sip it, enjoy it for a little bit without having to go back immediately.
It definitely has a really, really long finish.
Yes.
But the way
Yeah.
the finish sits on the back of the palate, it makes you want to go back.
Exactly.
So
yes.
that's what's neat about it.
Yeah, it does. I love that.
Well,
Not that I need an excuse to go back and drink more rye whiskey, because
we
I do love rye.
Yes, we do. Yep.
Yeah, it's really, really good stuff. So you just doing the tasting out here? Did you have some bottles that you donated? Anything
Yeah,
like distillery special? Tell
Yeah,
us
so
a little bit about that.
we donated our 3 bourbons, so our sweet mash bourbon, and then we have a wheated and 4-grain bottle and bond as well, and then a tour out at our facility. So specifically the ATV tour experience. So
Oh, very
Yeah.
cool.
So if you get on the right day, they go a little nuts on the ATVs.
they do, yes.
Yeah,
So
we were being thrown around pretty hard. It was a blast.
Yes.
Go 100 mile an hour to the next stop, get a drink. Then go another 100 mile an hour, get a drink. It's like you try through your entire product line while you're on the ATV tour. It's pretty amazing.
All right.
Absolutely, and so the listeners are clear. We drive, you
Yes,
guys,
yes.
you
Drink.
guys drink.
It's all legal. You have, to, you have to sign a form. It's all fine. Don't worry about it. Just sign it. Just
Yeah.
move on.
Just sign and go. Yeah.
It's guaranteed to be a great time.
It is,
that's
yeah.
For sure.
Well, you guys also have a cabin
Yes.
out there that you can rent, and you can just stay on the campus there.
Yep.
You just have the one cabin right now.
So
still?
currently only the one cabin.
Yeah, I knew you were
I think
thinking about expanding that.
Yeah,
so.
I think that here in the future we will expand that. But where Hard Truth is at, we're in kind of a hyper expansion phase as a company right now.
Yeah.
So we're in, I believe, 29 states currently.
Awesome.
And our goal is to be in every U.S. state here in the next 5 years or so.
Good for you, man. That's
Wow.
awesome.
Including
That's
Canada.
People want the truth, and we're trying to bring it to them, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's awesome, man. Yeah, Canada.
Canada, 51st,
Ship it up there now. They can't sell it,
51st
but
state.
Yeah.
they'll have it when they open up
51st
again.
state of Canada.
yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, anything else you want to share about Hard Truth or yourself?
Any upcoming things with the summer
Yeah.
coming in?
Yeah, so in terms of upcoming products, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but we've had a collaboration running with the Mellencamp Whiskey Company, and we're getting ready to release our 4th bottle of that. That's going to be coming out at the beginning of May, and we're having a huge launch party for that on May 10th at the Hard Truth Distillery.
And of course, Mellencamp's going to come out and play on your stage, right?
So we're not going to get John.
Come on,
unfortunately.
dude. Come on, John.
Oh,
Get out
man.
there.
Getting Chad
Jeez.
Mellencamp.
Really?
But we're gonna have
His
a
lesser-known
bunch of
brother.
live music there. People are gonna be out there signing bottles.
Awesome.
Brian, the whole team's gonna be there. It's gonna be a fun experience.
That's great.
And this one is going to be the first straight bourbon in the Mellencamp collaboration. So
Okay.
we're excited about that. And all of the cover art for every bottle is unique, or for every expression, I should say, is unique. And it's all cover art done by John Mellencamp. And it's also a collaboration with Farm Aid, so a large portion of the profits go back to the farmers here
very
in
cool.
Indiana, which really they're the ones that make it possible for all of us to make such great whiskey here.
Exactly, yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, we'll have to get down there and see you again. Are you there usually on Mondays and Tuesdays?
Like me personally.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be running all over the state.
Okay,
it's
so
going to
you
be
just run
totally
around.
hit or
Gotcha,
miss.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's say, because usually we get when we do a trip like that, it's a Monday or Tuesday. So
Absolutely. Well, I'll get you my information.
All right,
We can-
cool, man.
We can connect. But thank you guys so much
Hey,
for having
man.
me on.
Oh,
really,
it's
really
It was
appreciate
awesome
you.
to meet you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Pleasure
Yeah,
to meet you guys
appreciate it.
as well.
Yep, good to meet you.
Yeah, we'll talk to you here in a little while.
Sounds great.
Thanks, bud.
All right, that was
So
Hard Truth.
it looks like to me we have 2 more bottles to kill.
I just saw. Sam left the bottles here.
No, you can leave them. All right, no, I'm just kidding. Oh,
We'll keep
all right,
drinking.
we'll keep
We'll
drinking.
keep
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
We'll take all we can get.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
I love that Hard Truth rye, man. It's
I do
so
too.
good.
And honestly, that bourbon at 90 proof was really flavorful.
I was kind of shocked at the crazy over-the-top confectioners
Yeah.
notes that were in
I
it.
got a lot of green apple. Like,
Did you?
Like grainy,
Okay.
mainly on the floral,
Okay.
or in the in the
Gotcha.
aroma.
Yep.
You
yep,
get a lot
yep,
of
yep.
like Granny Smith green apple,
Okay.
Okay.
like almost like you've heated it up to bake but haven't like cooked it yet. Just that warm confectionery.
You know, I think we've tasted
Sweetness.
We've tasted this on the show before. I don't know that we had the
did.
90 proof. Did we have
We-
the 90 proof or the?
We did not have the 90 proof.
Yeah, I
and
thought we had
did-
a
And
barrel
honestly, we
strength.
didn't have Mash Bill 1.
We didn't have
I've
Mash
got
Bill
Mash Bill 2, I think, at the shop.
Okay. That mash bill
Or
one
Mash Bill
rye is-
RW 2 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they need to put a little bit more distinction in some of these bottles and labels. when they
Yeah.
change things like that, because
They-
man, you can walk into liquor stores or grocery stores and you can walk by something that's awesome
See-
because you just don't pay attention.
So they got, it says mash bill 1. They'll actually have other ones that say like RW1, RW2. If you know what those mean, you can actually tell on the bottle.
But like what
again,
he's
they
saying,
may have them
But
all
I'm
set
not
on
gonna-
the
They all look the
side.
same,
they all look the same. I walk
It
by and
all
I'm like,
looks the
oh,
same.
there's a bunch of hard truths.
Exactly. You
I
have to
got to
know.
stop and like study it. I mean,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I think me and Rob were talking the other day about Backbone. Like all their labels look the
Yeah.
same.
they do look the same. Yeah, and they're all different. Like
Yeah.
they're all
Yeah.
over the place.
Well, we tried through a bunch of the backbone stuff this earlier this week, and again, they're all in that same uncut, like our barrel pig, all the same label, and there was like 8 of them. I'm like, it'd be really, really hard to sell all the different pours because you have to tell the story for every
Every
bottle
one.
every time you try to sell it. And it's
Now,
like,
I
it's
guess
too much.
is
Too much
there a
work.
section of the label that is basically exempt from TTB because it's considered a changing part, like based on that? Where
I
is
think
it an
so.
issue that
Yeah.
they don't want to go back to the TTB and
I
get
think
labels all
that's
the time?
a lot of it, yeah. Because all they have to do is write in the proof and all that stuff, and then there's a separate sticker, usually down the side, that says, Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge, or
Right,
ours,
right.
or whatever the pick was. But you can't see that when it's on a shelf. It's
Yeah.
on the side.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like from now on, I just need to say screw it and go like magnifying glass at every single bottle. And people are gonna look at me and mire and be like, "What the hell's that guy doing?"
nerd stuff.
Nerd. You're a fucking nerd,
nerd.
and nobody likes you.
The views and opinions expressed on this
So-
program are those of the speakers who don't necessarily reflect those views and positions, the intensities they represent.
Cheers.
So you guys say that all the time. What the hell is that from?
Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I've always been trying to figure out what the hell is that from, and I always forget to ask you.
That's it, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, if I wanted to kill myself, I'd do it right. Shotgun to the dick.
Oops. I don't think that's going to kill you, but it's going to kill your next generation.
It is,
Kills the
definitely.
bloodline.
Yeah, which in that case, Violator did not need to have any progeny.
No. So here, eventually, we're hoping to get Jason and Dirk on, but they're hopping. So
I was gonna say, we're
We
gonna have
may or
to
may
like
not.
pay another bill and see if we can go drag him over here somehow.
yeah,
gonna
we
say.
may.
Dirk's
have
gonna
to.
be tough to get. He's gonna be
Well,
tough to
and,
get today.
and Jason's inside running the registers and all that stuff inside, so it's going to be
Oh,
hard for
man.
both of them. But
Yeah.
we'll try to get them on.
Business definitely picked up.
Yes,
It's
and it will
it's
now.
pretty
That it's
full in
getting.
here now.
It's
Yeah.
not quite 1 o'clock yet, so it'll.
Now, how long does
definitely
the
pick up.
event go on today?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
So at 4 o'clock, they will shut it down, and they literally shut it down.
like sound the
they,
horn.
They're walking through and grabbing all the paper, so people can't actually try to grab another, get their number on another, bottle they want.
that
so
seems
they do that,
reasonable.
and then they immediately start calling them out the wins. So
You know that the old 55, like it's the last thing I drank. I just finished off my little bit here. The longer it sits, it's not really a finished thing because the finish is kind of done,
yeah,
but it does leave kind of a hint of smoke.
Yeah.
that
Like-
flavor on it's really, really good.
It is, but I'm kind of just surprised I got just kind of this kind of a charred oaky.
Smoky.
Yeah, a little bit
Interesting.
of smoke from it. Just the longer it kind of sat on my palate. Now that could be kind of a mix of some of these. I mean, we're starting to taste other things now.
It could be, yeah.
Is anybody else serving up tastes here?
I don't think Circle City is.
Oh,
I know he
Drew.
was coming, but I don't know if
Troublemaker.
he is or not. But yeah, I don't
Circle
know.
City's
I
doing
don't know.
samples.
Circle City is doing
They are doing.
samples?
Okay, good.
Okay,
I
so
figured he
what
would
I'm
if he was
hearing is
here, he
we
should.
need to chase
Yeah.
down Drew.
We do need to get
and
Drew.
we need to get a bottle or two over here to
Hey,
taste.
could you go talk to Drew? Could
Go-
you go see Drew Black from Circle City, and just ask him if he has time to come on the podcast and maybe bring a couple.
Bring a
bottles
bottle or
with him?
two. Yeah.
Thank you.
50-50 early.
Lisa was like, I didn't sign up for this crap.
I wasn't supposed to be the chaser today. But Lisa
But-
looks like she's real busy over there. She's had lots of people coming
Yeah.
by. And
Oh, here's
so-
Jason
oh,
too.
hey, we got
Hey,
Jason.
we got
All
Jason.
right. Perfect.
How you
Yeah.
doing, buddy?
Good, guys.
You're
Guys, thanks-
welcome.
Are you hopping?
Welcome.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
like,
parking
jump in
lot's
here
full.
while you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is crazy, man.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
we're sipping on the bottle that you and Dirk picked.
Yep.
Well, we
what do you
were.
guys think?
Awesome.
Pretty awesome, right?
So I got a question.
Yep.
So,
Oh.
first of all, mash bill, and what corn are you using for that?
So 80% corn,
Okay.
20% soft red winter wheat. That is our main mash bill. So a lot of people, and I'm terrible about this. It's mostly my fault, but that is probably what we make. That's probably 90% of what we make.
Gotcha.
So, and that is just yellow number 2. That is not old enough to be it's old enough, I should say, that's still Pioneer corn. We've since for 4 years now we've been working with Bex, so we have a bunch of really cool stuff on the farm with them.
Okay. We like the Bex boys.
We really
yeah.
got to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
JC
absolutely.
on with us.
Yeah, we got to
to-
get JC. He's one of our regulars. He's
yeah.
a Bex employee too.
Absolutely.
he's a
So,
rep for Bex.
and they have some. What is Heaven Hill calling it? It's like
The
their
grain to glass.
Grain to glass.
Yeah, grain
Yeah.
to glass. So
Yeah.
like Bex did some stuff with it. Awesome, incredible. So we got some of those bottles here at the silent auction, which is awesome. But just 80-20. So 80% regular yellow number 2 Roundup ready, dent corn. So and then 20% soft red winter wheat.
Gotcha.
So I
And
call
by
it
the way, just so you guys know, this is Jason Fruits from Old 55. He is the guy that's behind the entire brand. He does everything here. So you gotta come out here and see this guy.
Chief. Somebody just asked me if I'm the master distiller, and I was like, I'm the master toilet washer. I don't know about distiller some days, but yeah.
You usually put the biggest thing you do on your title, not the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, exactly.
So what's been going on with you? I know you've been starting to release some more stuff.
Yep. So we're just off of a year hiatus where we blew up our mash tank. The cool thing is we tripled production past that. It's just the problem is it's 5 years for you guys to see it.
Sure.
Almost so at the cigar shop, it's like almost 6 years because it's like a year, it comes up, and then we got to bottle it, get it out to distribution, do all those. So, but the wait is over. So we're finally, just last week, we started kicking back. Our single barrel bourbons are back out. You'll see us, we'll be playing catch up for the rest of the year. I'll put it out officially. You are getting a barrel, I promise. But this year will be a lot of catch up. Next year you'll start seeing us, you'll see us out and about. Does that make sense?
Sure.
But not as
Yeah.
I just think due to demand, you're going to see, we already did a barrel pick and it was gone in 2 hours. You know what I mean?
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
nope. So there,
That's how you do it.
Good.
if we
you
could
want
get
it
them
to
back
go.
to
That's
2 or 3
solid.
days,
Yeah.
if we could get it back to 2 or 3 days before they're gone, that would be, I could do that. So yeah, so now we're just, back to hammering away and getting to the core business model. We're sold out of sweet corn right now. That release will be June, July. That's always short. It's whatever seasonally comes out of the field that year. And so pretty big batch this year. I think it's big batch. It's not that big of a deal, but I think it's 16 barrels, which is a pretty decent
That's
turnout
awesome, yeah,
for the sweet
yeah.
corn. And then just hammering away doing the same thing we've always been doing. So
I still have a half a bottle of your first release you did of the sweet corn cast strength,
yep.
and we're gonna do a show. We're gonna kill it on the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
That is
that's
awesome.
coming up here soon. So we'll definitely tag you in that.
Yes, please do. Yeah.
'Cause that first one's still special in my heart, man.
Oh, I love that. We did, so this year's release of that was we finished it in I've never done any finished whiskey, and I was
Don't say
for a
umbrella.
while
Don't say umbrella.
known for saying I would never do a finished whiskey, but then somebody got me a once used French limousine oak barrel for free, which is thousands of dollars, and I was like, ugh. Okay, we'll do it. And you know what? It's
Is it awesome?
it was it's pretty cool.
How do we get a sample of try on the show?
The only place that there's any left is at my house that I know of. So
All right. So when we kill that,
so
when
you
we
come
kill
to my
your
house.
bottle,
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we'll do that. Yeah.
when we kill your bottle, call him to bring his
I'll
bottle.
tell you what.
We'll
This
kill
is
both.
what I'll do. Let's do something when we do the barrel release. Do the podcast, however you guys want to do it. Remind me. I'll bring that bottle and we'll crack it open and I'll
right.
let you guys
Love
have
it.
some wine. That'll be awesome.
I'd love
so
to.
we the cool thing was I had a couple. So it was a Cab Franc. I'm not a wino. I do not. I'm just not. I have enough hobbies. Wine doesn't need to be
Same
one.
here, bud.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so the we had some good friends of ours. It's our oldest's best friend's parents came over for dinner, and they lived in Napa Valley for years, and they're big. You love wine, and I was like, you guys will appreciate this more than anyone. Well, I had a couple bottles from that barrel.
Oh wow.
So then we cracked
that's
the
cool.
whiskey, and my buddy Brad was like, "Man, that was that was some of the best wine I've ever had. But he's like, dude, that whiskey, and I was like, that's good. That's good to hear from a guy that's, you know, I mean, so yeah, and that's such a fun release. I don't know if we'll ever do a finished anything again. It's, I didn't want to do vodka, and we have that available right now too. So you know, what are you gonna do?
I mean, everybody
it's
has
easy
to
to do.
vodka.
Yeah,
It's
you
easy.
kind of
Well, so
You
this
got
is
the
my
vodka
excuse.
cocktails to make.
I had the glass since 2019. I was kind of pushing it off. It was to keep the jackals at bay. We were just so short on bottles to sell up here in the tasting room. We just released that 2 months ago, and it's going well. We're selling the bejesus out of that. It's awesome. It's just, we're just, handling what comes our way one step at a time. So.
I'm sure it's really hard as a crafter of whiskey to go in and make something that literally is supposed to not taste like anything.
Soulless, like a commodity, like the opposite of what. I mean, it really is. Like I tell people are like, I don't understand why you don't like. Here's a perfect example. I was just talking with someone in the tasting room. He's like, you need to do potato vodka. And I was like, no, I don't. I was like, dude, like, first of all, and this is terrible. And this is just no one's fault. It's just the ignorance of just me on the side of, being a craft distiller. And like, I'm like, do you realize how goofy that is to like want to, like, first of all, like, a perfect vodka is like odorless, tasteless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
You're
so
mixing
what does
other
it
things
matter
for
if you
flavor.
watered
made
down
it
ethanol.
From,
That's it.
Like, what does it matter if you made it from like floor trimmings? If it was like, he's like, well, it's a better mouthfall. I'm like, no, that's all distillation. Like, that's all me doing my job right. Like, it's because it's a commodity, and most of the vodka you buy is made in Muscatine, Iowa, at the same friggin' plant, whether it's Tito's or whatever. It's all comes from the same place. So I was just I mean, it is kind of antithesis to what I do, but it is fast. I will say this: the one positive I will give it is it gives me that I like to like expand my thought process and repertoire, with like building the product. Does that make sense? So it's like, ooh, can I make this and like actually make money off of it? So it's like, how do I bottle it more efficiently? How do I do, you know what I mean? So it's like all those, that was the fun part, and it had nothing to do with the juice that was on the inside. And people were like, oh, this is my favorite vodka. I'm like, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Like, I
It's
don't really,
vodka.
I'm
Well,
like,
yeah.
I don't
one of
care. Like, I was so bad. I don't, I'm like, okay, like,
One of our other guys that usually is on the show, his name's Will Breeden. Not that Will.
The other Will.
He actually is one of the Ascot judges for Fred Minnick now.
Gotcha.
And he thought he was going to be doing vodka tasting. He's like, how the hell do you judge vodka? If it doesn't taste like anything, it should be the highest score. If you taste anything, it should be lower.
Yep.
And it's like, exactly. It's literally there as a vessel to create a cocktail.
My argument is it is almost pure distillation then. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you're just showing
Neutral
off
grain
how
spirit.
good, how good your cuts are, like what you're taking. And I would think I'm going to win in that department because that's what we do. We take the choicest heart cuts. That's what we're known for. That's why our taste is unique. And I hate the term smooth, but it is very like
Yes.
Thank
you.
It's just
Thank you
it's
very
just
much.
so overloaded. But like to me as a distiller, that's just you. I always say
he's not
so. My
being
little
finicky.
brother,
There's
he always said, make a bourbon that I can drink neat because he didn't drink bourbon before we started this, and he's like, we'll sell the bejesus out of it, and that was always. I was like, well, that's just it's all the things on the distillation side, the best cuts. Like yes, making some. We have 114.6 is the pick. Is what this is, correct? I think for the End of Watch. I
Yeah,
believe it's
yeah.
114.6.
Yes,
like,
it is.
and it is ridiculously smooth, right? But I'm
Yeah.
like, it's such a loaded term. You know what I mean? Like,
It is.
Yeah.
It's
It is.
approachable.
yeah, there we go.
That's what we say.
There
we
we
say
go.
approachable.
I like it. I like it. What
Yeah.
I always say, like what I think we try to do at Old 55 is I try to give you your cake and let you eat it too. Does that make sense? So
Sure.
give you all that flavor, give you all the mouthfeel, all of those. Like that is just a caramel vanilla bomb. But then also let not only can a guy that is looking for 140 hazmats or is going to buy up all the stag out here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going to enjoy that bottle. But his wife that's like, oh, I don't drink whiskey. You can probably get your wife to drink 115 proof on that. You know what I mean? Whereas she'll never drink whiskey again if you open that stag with her. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's just two different, that's what I try to say. Like, this is a Ferrari. What do I like? antique collection stag that's up there. That is like like a 1960s original muscle car, like bad motherfucker. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah,
awesome,
it's a GT40.
but it's totally different than that. You know,
It
I mean,
is.
that's like
And it should be.
That's like exactly.
Yeah.
That's like a European sports car. You know what I mean? That's like an F1 car. You know what I
Right.
mean? That
Are you
is
talking about a car that is smooth?
no. Not at
Shut your mouth, Rob. Shut your mouth.
not at 240 mile an hour. You know what I mean? So
You want to smack him with a mash paddle? Go ahead.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so let's switch gears a little bit. So you've been doing this with Dirk for quite a while. Is this third year?
This is the third year we've had it here.
Third
You guys
year.
have been here all 3 years,
Yes,
right?
we have, yeah.
We did it for 2 years before that, but it was always just like a barrel release, you know what I mean?
Right,
And then,
right.
But 3 years here on site doing the silent auction, him and I getting bottles, as much as we possibly could, which is, I tell people, like, you've already missed it because you're not here, but if you want to find allocated bottles, this is the best spot. In
They're
my
all
opinion,
right there.
Well,
and I know it's at my distillery, and it's with my buddy and his fundraiser. But man, I don't know of a spot in Indiana you can find a better chance to get allocated stuff.
well, and we are
no-
live, so you have 3 hours
Yeah,
to
exactly.
get here. So
Well, and not only that, like, and know 100% of what you're putting down if you buy a bottle is going to the charity and going to be
Yes.
spent. There's no administration costs.
Nobody's
you know what I mean?
getting paid.
The guy
Yeah.
that is running it is a Brownsburg cop, and
Yep.
he's the best dude on the planet. And we always laughed. He was like, "Well, let's donate to somebody." I was like, "Why don't we just do it?" And he always is like, "Oh, Jason, this is all you're doing." But I'm like, "I don't do anything. Dirk is the one that does
Yeah,
it." You
he
know what I mean?
does.
He's amazing, man. So I don't.
Well, and if
great
you're-
cause and great, great chance. So
yeah, and we love supporting that too. And if you ever have a concern, if all the money's going directly to it, all you have to have is one conversation with Dirk or Sarah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And you'll
yeah.
understand completely how
No, no.
genuine those two
Uh,
are.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
have-
didn't he pay the taxes on everything the first
He
year
did,
because he
yeah.
didn't have
He
his
lost, like,
501
he lost close to 10 grand that
Yep,
first year, and he paid
exactly.
out of his own pocket. And it's
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
And we have, and I say we because I mean I'm involved, but like Dirk has gotten money to these downed officers' families like within days. I mean, sometimes within hours.
Yeah.
It is absolutely awesome. We don't want to be. I mean, I wouldn't be associated with. I mean, I don't want to be associated with anybody else. It's perfect. It's awesome. We love it.
Yeah.
So, yep.
So tell me why, because I know there's a story behind the passion for you and Dirk to support this cause.
Yep.
What is your reasoning for
Well,
supporting it?
So I have so most of my family is police officers.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 of them have been here. My older brother was a police officer for 16 years. Came to work works for the family business now, works out here and works for Dad. I have cousins that are officers. My brother-in-law's officers. My both sides of my family.
Yeah.
It's just always a big deal, and I always love like Dirk because he's, 5-6 years ago when we were talking about doing this, we were kind of thinking about doing like a first responders, fire, EMT, police. And then this was during all the BLM stuff, and he was like, "Are you sure you want to touch this?" And I finally just like put my foot down and I said, "No." Like, I'm a pretty damn big fan of rule of law. Like, if you
Yeah,
aren't,
yeah.
don't buy my whiskey and don't come here. And so I was
Yeah.
like, "No, I'm supporting you. This is a police fundraiser. This is what we're going to do. We support our officers and especially those that make the ultimate sacrifice." And that's really, that's really what it was just getting, just drawing that line in the sand. And then knowing, I mean, the biggest thing for me was knowing that, Dirk was managing this whole thing. And he's, once again, I can't say enough about Dirk and Indiana Bourbon, like just the greatest dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a no-brainer. This is a cake. You know what I mean?
There's it drives me nuts because there's bad actors in any job on the planet.
Oh, God,
right?
yes.
It's gonna happen.
Of course, yeah.
The reality is these officers are out there putting their lives on the line every single day
Absolutely.
for the safety of everybody else around
Yep.
us.
And getting paid, a quarter what some of the
exactly.
people are doing. It's
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
it's
crazy.
They absolutely.
I'm with you.
deserve
We
this
have
and-
all. I joked actually yesterday. I had a bunch of locals in, and I was like, "Oh, everybody in the county is going to be on their toes because there'll be 200 squad cars in town today." You know what I mean? They'll be like, "What the heck is going on?"
Yeah.
I'll be worried, and then it'll pass. But we all grew up that way, and you have that. To your point, like, yes, they're bad actors, but man, there's a lot of like these people are. I think we all. It gets back to that original. We all like the rule of law. You know what I mean? Like no one wants chaos. These guys are on the front lines, making sure that people follow the rules and that we can do things safely, and they are targets for it, and we want to support them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Remember, they're out there to make sure that the rules are followed. They don't even make the rules.
No.
You got a problem with that?
Exactly.
Go vote, right? Go out there and get involved in the
exactly.
process. These guys are out there trying to do their job, and sometimes
it is the cruelest, most horrible job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I always say, I tease the firefighters. You know what I mean? They're not rescuing cats. You know what I mean? They're going to domestics. You know what I mean? And all these, they're in the worst situations. Like nobody This is why I love this event. Because every officer, and I see a lot of them, they come every year, and I'm like, thank you for what you do. And they're like, oh, no. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Seriously, yeah.
Like, that is a thankless, just depressing. I have seen it. I've seen it in my family. I've seen my brother deal with it, bring it home. You know what I mean? Like, that's a rough, it's a very rough, job and profession, and I just think I have nothing but respect for those guys.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's really awesome the 3 years we've been here. Seeing this is not just a gathering of people trying to get bottles. This is a reunion.
Yeah.
All these officers, most of them don't see each other very often during the year.
Absolutely.
They come here, and now all of a sudden you see all these groups of people hanging out, talking. Like, man, I haven't seen you since last year. I love the camaraderie in that, and the same kind of camaraderie you get with whiskey and cigars,
exactly.
all that stuff.
It really is a good synergy, right? Like we've got it's perfect. So
yeah. Well, cool, man. Anything else you want to share about?
No.
55
I'm
this
going to
year?
get back to all the craziness.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you for coming in.
No, thank you guys for coming.
Oh,
Appreciate you
absolutely.
all,
Awesome.
and we will be out. I promise you. So
You got it.
Love
We'll talk
it.
to you soon.
Absolutely. See
All
you
right,
guys.
buddy. Thanks,
See
Jason.
you, buddy.
See you.
So that's Jason Fruits, the guy behind Old 55.
55, yeah.
Yep.
love his passion.
Yeah.
Love his passion for the event, and
I didn't want to ask him specifically, but so his son has a health issue, and over the last few years he had a really, really hard year about 5 years ago. So that's why you haven't seen Old 55 over this last year, because this is the lull year of everything. He ages to that 5-year mark. So now he's past that. So he's going to be releasing a lot of stuff over the next year. So you're going to see Old 55 on the shelves a lot more where you haven't seen it. My hope is people jump back on board and start buying it again, because, I mean, we all have that. We all have kids. We all, want to make sure that our kids are taken care of. And he took a year off to make sure his kid was good.
Family
good
comes
for
first.
him. Family first always.
So family first.
Yep.
And speaking of family, Dr. Scott can go jump off a bridge.
Again?
Make sure you guys wrap up by 2 p.m. because the stream for the Ultimate Backgammon Championship tournament starts.
God.
Rob doesn't even know what to say to that.
You're a fucking nerd. Nobody likes you.
Go talk to humidity to an icicle.
Yeah, we love you, Doc, but really, backgammon, come on.
Come on, man. What's better than watching guys drink whiskey? I mean, jeez.
Oh, you know what's better than
being the
watching
guy
guys
that's
drink whiskey?
Drinking
Showing up
whiskey.
to the lounge or the live and drinking it with us.
True.
Hey,
Except
I
he
will.
doesn't
He
do
did
that.
show up last week.
He did. He came last
Yeah,
week.
he
Yeah.
was there. So, yeah. Wait, you weren't there that last
I wasn't
week.
there.
Right, because you're up in Michigan.
Oh, because
That's
you
all
were
right.
slacking.
So, no.
Yeah.
I take a day off, he shows up. So
Exactly. Yeah.
We see how it is,
Maybe
obviously.
it's you.
So
Maybe it's you.
it's all you. Doc, let us know. Do you have a problem with Heine?
he did say Dirk is the best dude.
He
so.
did.
Dirk is
And we
awesome.
all know Dirk is the best dude.
I hope we get him on here, but if you look, I thought
He's
walking
kind
this
of
way. Dang
been
it.
looking over this way, so
Yeah,
I
we
think
did talk to Circle City, and he's the only one here, so he's not going to be able to
so
walk
you guys
away.
do
Okay,
He's
so
tasting.
doing
yeah.
So,
sampling,
well,
so.
we've had Drew on a couple times, so that's totally
Yes.
fine.
All right. Well, do you
we
want to?
tried.
Do we want to pay a bill and you
Let's
can go
do
see
that.
if you can get Dirk for us?
I'll see if I can do that.
All right, we'll get a bill paid. Thank you to sponsor Deadwood Live. Derek with Deadwood Live is producing top quality live edge products as well as bourbon themed furniture. If you've been in the lounge, you've seen the custom live edge table and barrel stools produced by Derek. Be sure to give him a like and follow on Facebook at Deadwood Live. That's DED Wood Live. And we're back. There we are. Thank you to Deadwood Live. We always appreciate them.
He said I
And their
avoid Heine
support.
like the plague.
Yeah. That's all right, Doc.
That's all right. I've heard worse.
I bet you have.
I was like, man, I was doing this whole police thing wrong. I did it for 10 years and I never got paid.
Right? Oh, man. What were you thinking?
I don't know.
All right.
It was worth it.
Perfect.
How about this? We are getting joined by the man himself,
Going
the
on,
man of the
fellas?
hour and
The
his
man.
event.
Yes.
Dirk, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Doing
It's-
real good.
it's
Appreciate
good
you
to
guys
see
coming
you.
out.
Oh,
Do you
we're
have
happy
your,
to be
you have your
here.
barrel picking
I do.
class?
I
Okay,
do.
Good,
I got
good.
My new Glencairn, the End of Watch Glencairn.
Nice.
Oh,
I
how
gotta
about
get me
that?
one of those.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we're probably gonna kill these bottles.
All of them? All three of them?
I mean, we can.
I believe in you. You can do this.
I mean, dude,
Look
I
at
drink a lot, but damn.
Our,
Well,
our
you asked.
resident, favorite police officer. You guys can do it. You
Yeah.
can do it.
You got
yeah,
this.
you can do it.
You got
I'll
this.
take you home.
Except for I have a ride home. They don't.
That's a good
Well, no,
point.
you
I
do.
just-
You
I
do.
don't.
Right.
I'm the one that has to drive.
Yeah.
I
So
can
how you
hold
doing,
my
bud?
own, but
Doing
damn.
good. Huge turnout so far. It's
Yeah.
been
It's been
awesome.
good, yeah.
Yeah, really
This
cool.
definitely seemed to be a little bit quicker early on than last year.
Yeah. Usually, with an auction style stuff, like people come at the end try to snipe the bottles and things
Yeah.
like that. But they're bidding up right now, big time.
Are
so.
they really?
Good.
We've had
Great. So we can
big
go there.
donations this year, so we got some really big bottles over there, which obviously helps.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so,
great.
so tell us a little bit about this project you have going here. Obviously, we talked to Jason a little bit about his side of it.
Yeah.
So just tell us a little bit about it.
Well, basically, Jason just kind of gave us the distillery for the day, which is awesome of him. So we've kind of
Love it.
taken it over. We got Hard Truth, Circle City here pouring. We've got some of the cop organizations, cop wives, the realtors and stuff like that are up here. We got 100+ bottles, a lot of allocated. All the funds are going straight to the End of Watch Legacy Fund. $10,000 to every fallen family from here on out is the goal. And we'll definitely be able to reach that with this kind of support. So it's been incredible.
We
Yeah.
hope that just keeps building and you don't have
Yeah,
to pay
I
us
hope we
ever.
never spend a dime.
That would be
That's the
best.
goal. So
Yes.
yeah.
And this is your big fundraiser of the year, right?
Yeah. This is our third year now being here. Jason gave us Distillery for the third year in a row. Somehow I haven't ruined that invitation. So, but yeah, this is the biggest one we do all year, and it really keeps this whole project going. We've got.
All
Well,
right,
that's
you guys
good.
keep talking. I'm going to try and get the camera and do a pano shot and try to get a view because
Okay.
a lot of times guys don't. I mean, this is a great backdrop, but
Yeah.
I think everybody really kind of needs to see what's going on out
Right
here
on.
and
Good deal.
what's
Yeah.
available. So
Yeah,
do
thanks
it.
for that.
keep
Yeah.
talking.
So,
We're gonna stop talking while you do that.
no.
Let's all watch.
Yeah.
let's all watch while Heidi
We're
takes
gonna
the
act like
camera
we're
and pans
commentating,
around.
but we're not. So.
Right.
So yeah, like last year, no one was here when we first opened up.
Yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
is anyone going to show up? And it was actually a lot better weather day.
Yeah, it was hot. I would call
Today it
hot.
was raining until literally the event started.
Well, just so you
Yeah.
know, that picture
Yeah.
keeps
And
freezing while
about
you're
20
doing that.
minutes before we started, people started coming in. So we
Good.
knew it was going to be a good day, and we start seeing that kind of action. So.
Yeah, well, good deal, man. So how are things going this year? I mean, we haven't had. There's no wood. I need wood.
Right.
We
I
haven't had
got nothing for
any
you.
issues you had to actually pay out
Yeah.
for a
yeah.
while. We hope you never ever have to do it again.
Right.
But how's fundraising been for you this year?
It's been good. I mean, obviously, you know how it is when things aren't happening. It kind of gets put to the side a little bit. But then we rallied together for this event right here, and the support's been bigger than we've ever had. So, and our charity it's just line of duty deaths. It's not anything other than that, right?
Yeah.
I know there's some families out there that could use some help, and we're trying to figure out how we can do that. We've had some officers involved in shootings, been injured, kind of traumatic injuries in the line of duty in this last year or so, but it doesn't fit the matrix that we have to stay under. But we're working on a way to do a little extra for families like that because it's life-changing, right? Doesn't take a death to change your lifestyle and your
Exactly.
family and all that stuff. So we're working on something. But yes, this year we've had no line of duty deaths, and we hope it stays that way.
Yeah. Well, and if you're a police officer wanting to be involved in something like this guy could use some help.
Yeah, it's busy. It's a busy game
It's
for
you.
sure.
It's you and Sarah.
Yeah.
And
And
I
don't.
take
I'm
that
gonna
back.
stop Rob right there. Without Rob and his crew and all
Whatever.
the support of
Nah.
Final Third, we couldn't do this.
No,
We really couldn't.
But I mean, but it's a lot of work. I mean, everything you do is literally you guys have to do it, and you have
Yeah,
to do that.
yeah.
And there's nothing worse, I'm sure, on your part is to deliver a $10,000 check to a family who just lost their dad or their mom.
And it's just one of those things. Like most people, I mean, we reach the pretty good reach for what we're doing, being in law enforcement for 19 years myself, and then through the Instagram and Facebook pages. But nobody wants to meet me. You know what I mean? Like which if I show up or I have somebody kind of like go between, brings the check to us, like that means something terrible happened to your family. So. Like you said, like let's raise money in case and let's never spend it. That's the goal.
Yes. And then down the road we'll throw a $3 million party.
That's right. All the surviving families will come out here. We'll have a good time.
The sound of that. Yeah.
I'm sure we could have a lot of whiskey there.
Absolutely.
So that'd be a good fun for a party. $3 million.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah. If we get there, we'll throw a party. I promise you.
Yes. All right. So what else been going on, bud? You got any new picks coming up here soon?
We've got today is the Old 55 barrel proof pick. Bourbon is back. Bourbon is back at Old 55.
Yeah,
it's incredible stuff. His Bottled and Bond is back. But the only pick on our table right now was this one. So we kind of kept our year open. We were so busy the last couple of years. I thought, let's just kind of chill out a little bit and see what we see. So, but we're looking. We'll be another pick or two this year probably. Before it's over with.
I'm sure we'd love to do another collaborative pick.
Everything we've done together has been insanely good. I love all the picks. The brandy and like the Jack Daniels.
The
Jack Daniels pick was amazing.
Yeah.
And the brandy was also
awesome.
Yeah.
That was a good
Even
call.
just the tags. I mean, just the tags
yeah.
on the
Oh, yeah.
bottles.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, I stress over those things at all times. So this one's got that little white area on the bottom where you can use like a Sharpie pen and write the unit number, badge number, or your loved one's name, stuff like that. I want people to be able to customize it for their own, person. If that makes sense.
When I texted you a couple weeks ago, when I was like, "How the hell do you set these things up?" Because I've been trying to create these things. I'm like, I can't imagine because you've done probably what 25, 30 of these, maybe more.
We've done a lot. We've done a whole lot.
I'm like, I'm trying to do one.
Yeah.
And I can't get this shit done.
Yeah.
So
and once you get it, it's all right. But it took a lot.
Yeah.
It does. It really does.
But so I mean, that's the thing is like you're supporting local officers in Indiana and their families, and this is a pick you can get. Can you get it anywhere else besides here?
Only at the event today, and then if we have any left over at Old 55 Distillery, and that's it. It's the only place that'll sell them. They won't get distributed, not mailed out, nothing like that. You got to come here today or real soon to get one.
And how many bottles came out of the bottles?
There's 84 total.
84.
I think I bought like 4 or 5 already, so 70-something were left over.
Good. So they should go away today. If they don't go away, though, we'll let you guys know. And if you guys need to get one, get out here to get one because it's really good bourbon.
It is very, very good.
Yeah, and half of the dollar value on those bottles goes straight to the fund. So when Jason is awesome in doing that, like literally half of every bottle goes to us. So he's kept this thing. He helped us start it, and he kept this thing alive. So Old 55 bourbon, come get some for sure.
Yeah. We love the collaboration between, like we were talking earlier, you got Hard Truth, Circle City, Old 55, and then End of Watch. All together, coming together for a good cause.
Yeah.
And there's no animosity between brands or anything else. And that's what we love about whiskeys and cigars. So.
Yeah, you got Indiana distilleries inside other Indiana distilleries
Exactly,
promoting their products, man. It's all, but we've done End of Watch picks with you guys, with Hard Truth, with Circle City, and Old 55. So big supporters of law enforcement and what we're doing.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it without everybody.
Cool.
Now, which bottle here? You've got a lot donated.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't walked and checked everything out, but
we're going to.
But we can absolutely recognize some of the bottles from here. So anything in particular that when you got it, you were like, "Oh, this is great!" Like,
which one made you giggle?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Which one made you giggle?
Should this go
I
out?
saw him smile. So I was like, instantly, I was like, "Yeah."
Would they know if I open and drink some of this?
Yeah.
The Babe Ruth Remus pick of that. Ride, I never even saw it with my own eyes, and all of a sudden here comes one for the auction.
Wow.
So I haven't tasted it, but I bet it's real good. That's one of those things. It's like
if you win that one, he wants a pour.
Yeah, that's right. Hook me up here.
Yeah.
And we've got all the E.H. Taylors. I mean, the small batch, single barrel, the rye, the barrel proof bourbon, like all that stuff's incredible.
Yeah.
Barrel proof E.H. Taylor. I mean, that's top 5 for me. Always has been. So those kind of bottles you can't just come up with. So people supporting this and made this possible.
Yeah.
And there is a couple B-Tacs, right?
There's some B-Tac
we've
over
got
there.
I got raffle going for Thomas Handy, for William LaRue Weller, and we've got a George T. Stagg, and we got an event-only Old Rip Van Winkle 10-year that we're raffling off also. $5 tickets. Somebody spend $5 to drink any of those bottles they want if they win. So
that's awesome.
Pretty good deal, I thought.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I win, I'm not sure which one I want to pick on the VTAC line.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I want all three of them.
Yeah.
But you only get one. It's like, gosh.
Maybe you three win all three.
So when you
have me
draw
over.
my name,
Yeah. Make sure you put that in the ether.
I'm coming
Put
over
that in
for
the
you.
draw
universe
that
so that
name.
happens.
I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll make sure I share the first pour with you. We'll crack it right here.
That
We'll
sounds
crack it
good.
right here
I'm
if
in.
that happens.
Only
I'm
if
in.
you fix it and
Yeah,
I win.
If he does win, however, that didn't happen.
Right. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
You just set
disclaimers.
yourself up for failure right
Yeah.
there. Well,
Right
that was
back to
Rob.
you.
Nope, he's out.
Nope, he's gone.
Can't do that.
Yep, here we are, right back to the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily represent those of this program.
Yeah. Well, I know you got to get back. She's
Yeah.
getting the hopping over there. So
I appreciate
thanks
you
a
guys
lot, buddy.
having me.
Yeah,
Oh, we
thanks for
appreciate
being
you.
out. We'll
We'll
talk to
see
you
you.
soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Dirk Fence, baby.
End of Watch Legacy Fund.
Gosh, he's
So-
crushing it. He is crushing it.
Anybody that wants information on it, endofwatchlegacyfund.com.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's dedicated to assisting the families of fallen officers, law enforcement employees experiencing tragedy. Also serving the community through local outreach programs. And it's not just police, fire, EMS, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all encompassing of any first responder whatsoever. Homeland
Right.
Security, Border Patrol, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Right now, though, they've been sticking with police officers
Yeah.
because they can't do it all.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wants to.
He
find
started
some
off
ways.
wanting to do everything, but they've had to
Yes.
kind of draw it in because
What I would
of-
love to see happen would be people from each one of those agencies come alongside him
Yeah.
and say, I'm going to be the fire guy. I want to be this guy. And let them actually, jump on board and still do the same thing for every
Just compound
person.
it and build
yes,
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But because, they're only two people and they both have full-time jobs.
That's a lot of work to do.
And
Yep.
police officer, job, and he's also on SWAT.
Right,
It's
for
a lot of work.
IMPD,
It's
right?
a lot of work, man. A lot of work.
Yeah.
They also have a merch store too. They have a lot of good items in their merch department. If you want to
Yeah.
go online and look those up, I mean, some of them are like $5, $10,
Yeah.
$20, and they're cool.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah,
So.
It
I mean, they're
does.
really neat patches, T-shirts, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, they
on
got
there.
challenge coins. All
Challenge
these
coins.
bottle hangers there. They're big metal bottle hangers. They're all available on the store too. You can buy those and hang them on your bottles, or just commemorate and know you're giving to a good cause.
And you heard Dirk's goal now. He said straight out $10,000 to every single family of a fallen officer from
Yeah.
here on out. He doesn't
Yeah.
want it to be any less than that.
Nope.
We know when he first got started it was, but
It
his
was.
goal was always to hit $10,000.
Yeah.
No questions asked. You got a fallen officer, that family is going to get a check from End of Watch Legacy for $10,000.
Yeah. And the thing he said from day one, like you said, it doesn't matter what you use it for.
No.
Right.
If you need your family to get away for a vacation, go. If you need it to pay bills, fine. If you
Yep.
just need whatever, that's what it's there for. No questions asked. And I love that. Too many
Yeah.
times you see a lot of these charity organizations that put stipulations on what they're giving you and what you could use it for. No, use it for what you need
Yeah.
it for. To get
And
you
majority
through
of
this
the
time.
donations go to administrative fees and salaries.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is 100% going out. So
Sorry, I just got to call it out. If you get a phone call from the so-called Indiana State Police Organization, those guys are pretty much criminals. It's like 93% goes to administrative
Yeah.
overhead.
well, and I'm probably going to blast somebody that someone's going to get really mad at me about, but United Way, they have a massive amount of people that work for United Way.
The overhead is
Your
yeah.
money going into there is not 100% going towards
Red
that
Not
cause.
even
The
remotely.
Red
it
Cross
might,
isn't
it
much
might
different.
be 20 or
Yeah.
Red Cross. That's what I was meaning.
Yeah.
Maybe United Way too. I mean, you have to really watch these organizations because, again, yeah, obviously, if you have a massive organization that is now giving money away, you may have to hire people. But my God, if you have 75 to 100% or to 80% of your stuff going out to salaries,
Yeah.
your money's not really.
That's
going
like when you have
towards
the
the cause.
Oprah and the Rock out there going, "We need your money, we need your
Yeah.
help." And I was like, "You can write a check bigger than all of us can throw in there. You can
Combined.
just write a check and write it off and
Yeah.
cover this whole deal. But
Yeah.
you're not going to do it. You want our money."
Yeah.
You know.
If you're
Yeah.
looking for an organization to support, this
This
is
is
a good
one.
one.
Yeah.
This is the
it,
complete
right?
opposite.
They,
Yeah.
they take $0
Yeah.
for administrative anything. They don't get paid for their time. They don't do any of that. 100% of everything, right? So
Yep.
if they're buying something for $3 and are selling it to you for $6, that $3 that is above and beyond that profit is 100% going to
Yeah.
The fund.
families. It's
Yeah.
going to the fund.
Yep,
Yeah, it's-
exactly.
Which is not what you see very often. So
Yeah,
it's-
because majority of everything that happens, usually Dirk has to chip in some out of his own pocket.
He does.
Yeah.
a
in
lot,
order to
yeah.
to get it to happen.
he's doing a lot. So
Yep.
love being here. Love supporting this event. You still got an 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So, also, if you ever definitely follow him on Instagram and Facebook. He's on Indiana Bourbon, or he's on End of Watch Legacy Fund. You can go on either one of those. But check them out, because whenever they do barrel releases, they sell them online. They sell them.
Yeah.
We
You
are
can
a
DM
pickup
him
point.
and get on the
So
list.
you
Yep.
have a pickup point out in Danville, which is where his wife's boutique store is, and then we're a pickup for anything literally Indianapolis West or East. So you can come in and use us as your pickup point. But you can get a bottle and not have to worry about figuring out where to get it. It's at our place.
Yep.
So we're always going to be that for him as long as he keeps doing this. So
Doc says William LaRue Weller for the win.
that's kind of what I was thinking. Even though I'm not a huge weeder guy, it's still my favorite weeder of all freaking time.
Nope, that would be my third pick.
I know you're handy first. then
Probably
you're
handy, yep,
'cause
and
I'm-
Stags.
Scott likes
I'm
a handy.
I do.
know, yes.
I'll take what I can get, all right?
My toss up is Weller or Stag,
I'm more of a
Yeah.
stag.
and not Weller, because I hate all Wellers except for William.
Your toss
LaRue.
off
Yeah.
is. Oh, no,
Is
your toss
handy.
up.
Toss off would
Up.
be handy.
Toss off would be handy.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I mean,
You want to hand me that rye? I'm empty over here, man.
there's
I
no
could use some
way in the
whiskey.
world you're going to lose. If someone else picks the other two bottles and you get the handy, it's still going to be a good day.
It's going to be a great day. What do you want? You want to pour like
Yep.
that? Yeah.
It's
And
not
I
gonna drink
don't-
itself.
That's
Yes,
true.
Drink all you want.
There you go.
Hey, baby.
Thank you very much.
Don't
Thank you
threaten
to
me with a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you to Hard Truth again.
Absolutely.
Sam, and Sam's got a helper over there.
That's,
Who's his helper?
that's Emma.
Emma.
Emma,
Hey, Emma, you want to stop by and say hi?
She can't
She's
hear you.
ignoring me.
You
Emma,
can't hear me.
hi. Do you want to stop by and say hi
You
on the
say hi?
podcast here for a second?
All
I'll
right.
say hi.
Okay, this is. You're okay. Have a seat for a quick second.
Have a seat. We'll
This
get
is-
you right back here.
This is Emma from Hard Truth.
Yeah, so Emma, what do you do for Hard Truth?
So I'm actually an intern for Hard Truth right now.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm
cool.
graduating next month from Purdue, and then I'm going to work with them
Congratulations.
full time.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome.
What's your major?
So I'm a marketing major. I'm going to move into a sales role with them though.
Awesome.
great.
Okay.
Great.
So that means you get to basically walk around and just serve people free booze.
Yeah, talk about liquor on my weekends and throughout the whole week too.
But, you know,
Doesn't stop.
this is the kind of bullshit that you do.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Rob's like on his
Rough
day
life.
off on Monday.
Yeah.
He's sitting at home and he sends us pictures, texts us,
There
and
you
he's
go.
like, "Oh, I'm smoking and drinking. Market research."
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
right?
Sure.
Oh, it's
Hey,
a
the
rough
good thing
life.
is once you get this, job, everything you do when you go to a bar stuff can be written off on your taxes. 'Cause
Right.
It's market research.
Right.
all of it. Yeah.
The government's not listening to this, so we're fine.
I obviously picked the wrong career.
You still got time. You still got
There's
time.
there's time. There's a
Yeah.
chance. Yep.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah,
I know
of
you guys
course.
you've been doing tastings out here too. It looks like it's going very well.
Yeah, we're getting
We've been
lots-
tasting these, and we're probably going to get those bottles down pretty low here in a minute.
Wow,
so.
which one do you prefer out of those two here?
the rye.
The rye.
The rye.
Rye.
yeah,
You guys are rye
yeah.
drinkers.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm more of a bourbon drinker.
Okay.
But I do love that rye. I always love your sweet mash ryes. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. That bourbon though is really really good.
Yeah,
Like,
90
it-
proof. You wouldn't think it was 90 proof.
No, I thought it was full on
And
100.
it's-
bottled
it's-
and bond.
It's consistent. Like that's a good consistent pour every day.
Yeah.
To just sit and sip, and like anybody can enjoy it pretty much because of the sweet kind
Yeah.
of keeps it mild.
Yep.
But yeah, but definitely, but yeah, we tend to go more toward the rye.
So, what is your favorite product that Hard Truth makes?
My favorite is going to be the toasted coconut rum.
We saw a ton of
You
that.
surprisingly,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my favorite. So
Oh,
I
good.
actually last night I made a blueberry margarita with toasted coconut rum in it.
Oh,
It was delicious.
Never thought about
Okay.
that.
You make a blueberry simple syrup like on the stove, and then you add a half ounce of tequila, 2 ounces of the toasted coconut rum, and some lime juice.
Oh, wow.
That sounds actually incredible.
It
Kinda
was
sounds like a
delicious.
cross between a Paloma and a margarita a little bit.
Yeah, I
doesn't
can
it?
see that. It's not super margarita because there's only a little bit of tequila, but
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Nice.
blueberry and lime.
See,
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
excellent.
it was
like-
delicious.
Good
I like
call.
making mojitos with it too.
Yeah, I love mojito.
The mojitos
Shout
are
out to
great with
Andreas.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Our friend Andreas from Hacienda Vieja
Yep,
in Pendleton, Indiana.
Yeah.
He makes killer mojitos.
Yes.
Yes.
I
He's our
love
favorite
mojitos.
bartender. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
And I
thanks
got
for
that
joining
right.
us.
It's Emma, right?
Yes, it's Emma.
Well, thank you so
Thank you
wonderful.
so much.
Yep. Enjoy
Thanks,
your
Emma.
day.
Thank you.
Emma from Hard Truth.
Hard Truth. Getting ready
And
to
an
come on
intern.
full time. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, thank you for that.
You're good.
It is the metal building makes it pretty noisy in
It's
here.
echoey.
Yeah, we got a full crowd here. I'd say there's pushing, 60, 70 people,
It's
maybe
been a
more.
consistent crowd
Well,
the whole
and
time.
since it's not raining outside, there's probably people still sitting out eating.
Yeah,
Oh,
we can't
yeah,
see outside
yeah,
because
yeah.
you're a banner.
I forgot
too.
the food truck is here.
Yeah.
I know there's
The
some
fork
people
truck
out there
food
smoking
truck.
cigars already. So,
Ah, man.
and then you always have people hanging out in the actual
tasting room.
tasting room. There's
So
usually
the-
probably another 30 people in there right now too.
The tasting
Wow.
room, because he didn't touch on it earlier, is open Friday and Saturday from noon to 8, and then Sunday from noon to 6.
Yeah.
So I had that on here that I wanted to put out just in case he didn't bring it up, that the tasting room is available on the weekends for people to come out and try stuff.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It's a cool place, man. It's,
Yeah.
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a really, really out of the way kind of drive, but make a day of it. You can find you a restaurant you want to go to in this 30 to 40 mile stretch from
Sunoco
here.
gas station in
Sunoco.
Crawfordsville.
I'm gonna have to go try that
Dude,
now.
I'm telling
Damn.
you. So there's a Facebook group. It's I don't know something to do
There's
with
a
pork tenderloins. There's like
Crossroads Diner right up here in
there you go. So there's like
Attica.
80,000 people on this Facebook group just for breaded tenderloins, and everybody that goes
Crawfordsville?
there, it's Crawfordsville.
Crawfordsville.
Yeah, it's right there on the interstate. Like it's just quarter mile. Or, yeah, you can see it's right there.
Huh.
And I don't know. It's this really nice lady and like her daughter or something are in there, and it's just a little. You know how they have like restaurants inside of gas stations,
Yeah.
like that. Whatever. And they do all these fried food things, and they
That's
make
a
this
beautiful looking
absolutely.
tenderloin.
Isn't it amazing? That's a great. Doesn't it make you want a tenderloin?
I think I want a tenderloin now for dinner.
I'm telling you, 75,000 people on Facebook can't be wrong.
And see,
they all agree.
I grew up not knowing that the rest of the country doesn't
They don't
obsess
know.
over tenderloins.
No, it's
Right?
just
Isn't that
us.
Like to
weird?
them, it's like this little patty, like a chicken patty thing.
Yeah.
Right,
To us,
right.
it's like the size of a serving platter
Exactly.
on a regular bun.
If it doesn't look like a manhole cover, it's not real.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's a good question. If you're watching, you're watching the
Question of
replay
the
or
day.
whatever. A good
Who has the
question today.
best tenderloin?
Where is your favorite tenderloin? Let us know. Right
There it is.
See,
Hit
we have-
something on Facebook. Hit us up and
That's the thing too. Is like in central Indiana, there's so many good tenderloins. I don't know who would be the best, but there are so many good ones. Almost every restaurant in Indiana, unless you're going to like a high-end steakhouse or something,
right.
is going to have a tenderloin on the menu.
Almost every single one.
And probably about at least half of those are fantastic.
yeah. What is it? I think Anita's in
Anita's had
Pendleton
one. Yep.
is shooting for like 1 million
Yep.
sold, something
Yep.
like that. It's some crazy ass number.
Crazy. There's a place in Greenfield that makes them. I can't remember the name of the place.
I think I know what you're talking about. I
Yeah,
haven't had
they
it,
were
but I've heard-
famous for
yeah.
their tenderloins.
There's a place down near Columbus. What's that town that's just before Columbus where the outlet malls are at?
Edinburgh?
Edinburgh. Yeah. The Edinburgh Diner.
Okay.
So they are known for having the largest tenderloin.
Okay.
Now,
Not always
There's
the
people
largest
that-
is always
that-
the best, but
and you know what? Fair. Like
Yeah.
it certainly doesn't mean that it's the best tenderloin because you've got varying opinions. It's going
Right.
to be thin.
I like
Yeah.
it.
When I say it's the largest, I'm not kidding. It's like 18 to 20 inches
Wow.
across, served on a regular bun.
Regular
Yeah,
bun.
of
yeah.
course.
Right? Of course, because
Well, you're
somebody
taking-
has to do
You
it.
have to have 7 sandwiches to go.
Yeah.
course.
But,
Well,
they talk about, lots of people are like, oh, that's the best tenderloin. Well, I tend to be like a little bit more meaty. Like you still got to pound it out with a hammer, and it should be bigger than the bun.
There should be some.
But I want some meat.
See, I'm about
Right.
halfway between there. I want it to be thin, but not that thin.
Right. You don't want it to be
it's
like
I want it to be about enough for 2 full sandwiches, but also still a little bit of meat to it.
See, I remember going to Anderson Speedway as a kid, and they used to have what was it? Huffman. It was the concession company.
okay.
Huffman Enterprises.
Yeah.
And they used to have in turn 1. They used to have the tenderloin truck,
Yeah.
Ooh,
and they were about, I don't know, maybe 12 inches around on a regular bun.
It's a good size tenderloin.
But
yeah.
it was just a staple that when you went to the speedway at some point during the race, you got a tenderloin and steak fries.
Yeah, and it was
Oh,
probably
yeah.
like $8 or
or $6.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't that
not
much. It
that
was less than
expensive.
$10,
Yeah.
including the drink.
Yeah.
I think it was a $5 tenderloin, $2 fries, and a $2 drink. So it was like $9.
Yeah.
and you got
perfect.
everything.
Well,
Yeah.
some of the diners, that's the ones like Anita's Diner. You have Broadway Diner in Fortville.
Yep.
Theirs is a sneaky good tenderloin. Every time I get it there, it's absolutely fantastic. So now, this is kind of a funny story because we were over at I think it was Copper Still in Noblesville, and Lisa got a tenderloin, and the guy came up and he actually told us the story behind the tenderloin, which I didn't know at the time. So a lot of German immigrants came over, to America, and in Germany,
Schnitzel.
they're making
Schnitzel,
schnitzel.
yeah.
It should be made out of veal.
Veal,
Or they use other meats, but veal is the one. Well, they came to America, they couldn't afford veal, so like pork's cheap.
Yep.
Did the same thing with pork, and it became the tenderloin.
Yeah.
And that's what we have now today is literally a schnitzel made with pork. I'm like, awesome, I love it, and I love schnitzel too.
The other white meat.
Now, how
The
do
other white
you how do you like your tenderloin? Because I'm like a fully loaded. I want lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, ketchup, mustard, no mayonnaise.
No.
I do the fully loaded.
I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of prefer just a plain one with just a mustard and a little bit of ketchup because I want the breading and the meat to stand out.
Fair.
You're both wrong. It's fine.
No, it's okay.
I like cheese. On
Oh,
cheese.
whoa,
I always throw
whoa,
cheese
whoa.
on. I love cheese on
No.
my tenderloin. No.
You are wrong, wrong,
Nope.
wrong.
I don't.
100% wrong.
You don't put cheese on a
cheese
tenderloin.
on a
Yes.
fucking tenderloin.
Yes. So good.
No, this is-
Onions, pickles.
Somebody come get this guy. He's
Onions,
Somebody take
pickles,
him
and
away.
mayo.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
a problem. You
I want
gotta be
cheese on
kidding me.
everything.
Cheese on a
everything.
tenderloin?
Yes.
You don't do cheese on
Have you ever?
tenderloin.
Have you ever?
No, because
Exactly.
it's sacrilege. It's
Wait till you
awful.
try it.
You don't do cheese on tenderloin.
Pepper jack cheese.
Oh, get the hell out
Try
of here.
it.
Nope.
No, I love
Try
pepper
it.
jack cheese.
Pepper
it does
jack
not
cheese is
belong on a
amazing.
tenderloin.
It's so good.
No,
so
not
good.
Now,
gonna.
a burger?
Nope.
Don't.
Pepper jack on a smash burger?
Fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tenderloin?
Try it.
No.
Dude,
Try
you,
it.
you totally lost me at cheese.
Try it. Try it.
No way.
No.
Try it.
Oh, that's.
Just try it.
I'm not going to waste a tenderloin to try it with cheese on
Look,
it.
You don't
if
have to
if
waste.
you had
You
come
literally
back-
have one square on a 14-inch freaking tenderloin.
I don't
It's
care.
only the
It's-
middle part.
You don't
The
put
middle
cheese
part
on
is
a
the good part.
tenderloin.
Oh, so good.
That is
It's like a
horseshit.
cinnamon roll. The
No,
middle
that's
part is
awful.
the greatest
You
part.
wait.
That is so bad.
I'm gonna buy you one.
Cheese
You're
on a
gonna eat it.
tenderloin.
That's fine.
Get
That's
the
the only way I'm
hell
going to try
outta
it. You have to
here.
buy
It's
it.
so good.
I'm
You
not
don't
wasting
even-
my money for you to do that.
No.
So good.
Look, I would.
And no
if you,
freaking
if you had said
mustard or
like you're a
ketchup.
traditionalist, a traditional. They say that the traditional tenderloin is onion, pickle, and mustard.
I hate mustard.
Well, I know you
Mustard
do. So I
sucks.
didn't
So
expect
does
you to say
ketchup.
mustard, but ketchup is.
Ketchup is gross. I saw it being made
Man.
red gold in in kindergarten.
Have
I
you-
haven't eaten ketchup since.
Oh,
Have you
man.
tried the? It's by Heinz, but it's called Simply Ketchup.
Absolutely no.
It's nothing but
absolutely not.
it's but nothing but tomato paste, and there's no
it's
additives.
still
There's
ketchup,
no extra
no.
stuff.
Oh man,
Dude,
I
when
don't
there's
even know what to
rats
say right now.
rats running around the vat at the top of it at Red Gold, I'm like, no, I'm out.
I don't even give a shit.
Heinz
Ketchup
and
is
Red Gold are two
delicious.
different
Doesn't
companies.
matter.
You
They
realize
still
this,
make
right?
ketchup. I guarantee they make it the
Oh,
same
so all
way.
And
ketchup is now
ketchup
bastardized
is
because
bad.
you saw a video online.
No, I was there.
Have you had the spicy ketchup from Red Gold?
Yeah.
Oh
No,
my
no.
god, it is amazing.
Still says ketchup.
What do they have? The
Barbecue sauce is fine.
They have the ketchup mayonnaise combination too. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh
now.
yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
haven't had it. Yeah.
But no. Anyway,
Man.
aside
Ketchup
from
gross.
Rob's
We're gonna-
fucking random
I
ketchup
feel like
issues,
we're gonna have to have a whole damn episode on condiments because
No, no, we're not.
this shit's gonna go down.
No.
Because
we're
I'm
good.
like I'm a condiment guy. I want all the sauces. I want like when they're like Heinz 57, and I found out that Heinz has like 57 different sauces.
Yep.
I'm like, I need all of them. I don't even know what they are. I don't care.
I don't know
want
what happened
all
As long as it
57.
doesn't say ketchup or mustard, I'm in.
I don't know what happened different, but it just filled up in here a lot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, a whole
Well,
bunch of people just walked in.
It is
140,
almost
yeah.
like shoulder to shoulder in here at this point.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
are
which
starting
is
to
great.
buzz for the.
So hey,
Yeah,
if
everybody's
you're
paying
listening
attention.
and you're in the area or even close,
Get here.
Get out here because you only have what, an hour and 20 minutes?
2 hours and 20 minutes.
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yep.
So
And apparently we have to be off by 2 o'clock so that
The
Doc can
backgammon
have the
championships? Yeah,
backgammon
go
thing.
fuck
I
yourself.
say we go till 2:10.
Sorry,
Just-
Facebook.
Go to
Load
210 just to.
yeah,
That's right.
we're gonna put the
in
members only content
That was
after
just
2
the-
o'clock,
that
so
was
you
just
can
the
just
intro.
dig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't have to
Well-
worry about Doc for the only members.
No.
Doc's not a member.
Well, he's a member. He's not.
There's
an
not
only
a Dr.
member.
Pepper
He's not,
subscription?
he's not an only member.
There's no Dr. Pepper subscription?
No, there isn't.
Oh, man.
No Dr. Pepper.
That's what you get for slamming me in the comments there, Doc.
There
Damn.
you go. There you go.
Damn, it's flying. We must be drinking, or I don't know. Maybe it's all the crowd that's got us all riled up.
They're ready.
Maybe it was the tenderloin.
Maybe it was the
discussion.
cheese on the tenderloin
Cheese
comment.
on a tenderloin.
God, I'm gonna
Dude,
go to
man,
Sunoco and I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna say, how many people get cheese? They're gonna go, everyone that's smart.
Bullshit.
That's what they're
will
gonna say.
not.
They're going to go, we
be
don't
like,
even have cheese.
That's
Everyone
right.
is
They're going to say, we don't put cheese on
Yeah.
tenderloins
We put
here.
cheese back only for the special.
Go to
people
McDonald's,
that
get
are
your filet
awesome.
of fish with your slice of cheese.
Ugh.
I don't do McDonald's fish. Sorry,
Oh
buddy.
my goodness.
I mean, it's really hard to see a square fish. Square fish don't swim real well. It's very weird.
That's true. That's true. They
SpongeBob
don't.
makes it all right.
It's true. Is he a fish? No, he's a sponge.
He's
No,
a
he's a sponge.
sponge.
He's
Yeah.
also fictional.
Is he?
That's questionable.
You do know the...
We're not 100% sure. That could be live action.
Well, you do know that the whole theory behind SpongeBob SquarePants was the Bikini Atoll, Bikini Bottom, where they first detonated the nuclear testing.
Oh,
And it's all
yeah, there you
radiation,
go.
and that's why all
That's
of them
why
can
all of
talk
them-
and
Oh, that's funny.
everything else is because Bikini Bottom is the bottom of Bikini Atoll, and the radiation from the nuclear testing.
That
nuked all
sounds like
the-
some nerd come up with that after
You're
they
a
created it.
fucking nerd, and nobody likes you.
Gosh.
So,
We hadn't rolled that out for a while. I'm glad that came back.
yeah,
It's only come out 12 times today, so it's
Yeah,
great.
just-
Exactly. Well, obviously, I mean, we
it's going
just,
to come back with a passion, you know.
Yes.
as you can tell, the bourbon is delicious
Yeah,
and going
kicking
down
in.
very, very easy.
We're only almost halfway through this bottle, so.
We still can kill these two.
So, any questions, any comments, anything you guys want us to discuss?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to keep talking about stuff that's happening here.
Well, and if you, I don't know if you want to or not, but if you want to at the end, although the camera's plugged in, isn't it?
I can untape it. I taped it to the floor in case anybody walked through.
I was
here,
just
but-
thinking maybe what you could do is go through and just kind of do a pan of some of the bottles are going.
I tried
don't
to do
wanna-
that, but everybody's kind of standing in the way.
Okay, don't worry about that. Well, I also don't want to have the sheets that have the phone numbers on there, obviously.
Right.
on
We
there,
don't want to
so-
publish
No.
that on the internet.
so-
Or do we? No.
It could
do
be
we?
fun.
Yeah.
Now I did put
like
I
a
did
new
put a reel
challenge.
out before we started, a reel out that had most of the bottles you could see on the reel, and there was no bids on it, so you can see that if you want to go back and check out all the bottles.
Well, the south wall here that has all of the raffle bottles
Yeah.
is the one that's
Well, and
insane.
all the way down here is all raffle bottles too.
I feel
Yeah.
like I should have brought
Yeah.
a wireless mic. I could have.
I
It's
would.
not
You could have
alright.
been.
I've got them.
You could have been. No, like we could have sent him out as reporter on the scene.
Well, that's what I was
Maybe-
teasing. I was teasing Liesel
Oh.
because the Circle City guy is the only one here, so we couldn't bring him
Oh,
on
where
because
is-
he's the only
Where
one
is
here. at the
Liesel?
time.
Let's have her go take a quick some video so that we can find out what the prices are going for on some of these bottles. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, it'll have their name
I
next
don't
to
think-
him. I
yeah,
don't think
name
we'll
and
publish
phone
that.
numbers
No,
right
no,
next
I
to it.
didn't. Not to publish it, to tell us.
Yeah.
I can't.
We
connect
can't
that
Bluetooth it in
Oh,
now. We've
that's
already
fair.
started.
Yep.
Yeah, that would
That's-
be good. Maybe have
We need
her,
a field report.
maybe
Yeah.
we can
We
just
need
have
a
her
field
go out
report
with her
from somebody.
camera and just take some pictures of it, and we can actually then say what
Well,
they're
we'll-
going for so
if
far.
worst case scenario, we'll throw it on after the fact on the regular
Tell you
Facebook
what,
page.
why don't we do? Don't we still have one more bill to pay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
and do
but
that.
it's quick.
Well, why don't you start it, and I'll hit the transition back to the camera, and you can run out there and see if you can go find the high bottles and find out what their pricing is right now. Let's get a live update.
All right. Guess I'm gonna be
Boom.
the gopher.
Got it. You got
Yep.
the transition? All right,
Yep.
here we go. Calling all dog lovers, say hello to Spencer Lee's. Treats crafted with care and bursting with flavor. Spencer Lee's treats are the ultimate reward for your four-legged friend. Made from single ingredients and freeze-dried to perfection, these treats are packed with all the goodness your pup craves. Be sure to visit Spencer Lee's on Facebook or Instagram for updates and website information. Okay, we're back. Thank you to Spencer
We're
Lee's.
Yeah.
Always appreciate
Dog
them and
treats.
the work that they do.
If you want to try some of their dog treats, we have some at the shop. You can come and buy them for your puppy dog and have a
Did
cigar
you just
and
get
drink.
restocked?
I think
Oh,
so.
they're
If we haven't
coming?
yet, they're coming.
Yeah, I know that
They
both
could
of us
have,
were
but
out
I-
there working on it.
Yeah,
so.
I don't details. I don't get all that.
I
so
know you don't keep track of inventory.
God,
You're just told
I
when to
do.
order.
I do, but my wife is giving me so much freaking more work. She's like, we should be doing POs and we should do all this. I'm like, that sounds great. Where's my bookkeeper? She's like, no, you're doing that. I'm like, God damn, so I have to learn all this
That's your
stuff.
job.
It's like, God.
Shit.
It's
Business
like,
owning, man.
I remember the old days, when we first started out, where I would literally send a text to every rep, say, I need this. They're like, gotcha. And I would get it in like 5 days. Now I got to go through the computer, and do all the work and all the stuff.
Processes.
And processes. And I was like,
Yuck,
gosh.
man. That sounds awful.
Good thing is when I'm doing
Aren't
that,
you
I'm
an owner?
drinking-
Can't you hire somebody to do that?
when we
You
start making
gotta
more
pay 'em.
money. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just hire somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we got to pay
That
some
always
people.
sounds like a great idea until
All
we don't have
right.
money for it. So
We are getting breaking news, a live update from the field, from our field reporter,
Yeah, for the field reporter.
Will Heine, Motophoto Will.
Yep.
What do we got, Will? What do we
Well,
got here?
I
We got
just took a
some,
scrolling video of all the bottles that were over there.
Oh,
so I'm gonna try
perfect.
and read them off as we go here.
again, you have about just a little over 2 hours to get
Yeah.
out here. By the way, if you're coming from Ingalls, Pendleton, Noblesville, Fishers, that's
were
enough
right
time.
yes, yeah,
That's
it's
enough
about-
time.
It's about an hour and 40 minutes to get here from our lounge,
Or an hour and
or
18
20 if you're
if
driving
you're real
fast.
fast.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
don't. we
Just
don't- we
under an
don't want
hour
that.
if you're in the Indianapolis area. If you're on
Yes.
465,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
under an hour.
But get on the
Yeah.
road now because you will literally hit the bids at the right time.
you'll get here right in time to put your final bid.
Yep,
in.
yep.
So
So
what do we
there's,
got?
Will?
We got some Corazon tequila.
Ooh, that's some good stuff.
We got 5 bottles of E.H. Taylor.
The variations, right? We got
yep.
like small
Yeah.
batch and single barrel and all kinds of stuff.
Foolproof.
Looks like you got some Remus.
Do you know what
that
the prices
Babe
are going
Ruth.
for yet?
I wasn't looking at the prices because everybody's name and phone number is next to it. So I was trying not to caption on that too hard.
Fair enough.
And
I'm kind of
then-
curious where we stand on some of these bottles.
I'm getting ready to go play some bets.
Bets?
Bets.
Don't you mean bids?
Bid.
No,
Bids.
I'm betting.
You're betting.
I'm betting. I'm
I
betting.
bet
I'm
I
betting
get
the
this.
under.
Looks like a
I'm betting the
Blanton's
under.
Gold over there, an Eagle
Oh,
Rare.
Blanton's
You know,
Gold.
the way you do it is you bid it like everyone's doing like $5 increments.
Right.
You do like 15, and people are like, "Oh, that jumped a lot. I don't want to get that much. That's
Touch
too
that.
much. That's
Yeah,
too much."
yeah. I like your strategy.
And more money goes to Dirk.
That,
so it's all
see,
good.
I mean, that's like a
well,
win-win.
not Dirk,
Win-win.
but
End of Watch, yes, of course. We knew what you meant.
You knew
Yeah.
what I meant.
That's a solid strategy.
Couple
That's
Jack
a good
Daniels
question.
bottles,
How-
some
what-
handies.
Some handies,
Sazerac,
like multiple,
Larceny.
multiple handies.
Wait,
Just
what?
one.
It looks like just one on that.
Oh,
table.
yeah,
There you go.
On
That's
that
the
table.
raffle table.
That's the raffle table, yeah.
Yep. And then Old Hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, Blake always has some good bottles out here.
Some Courage, some 16-year Old Hammer 8 and 10, Green Label.
You got some good stuff over there, man.
Yeah.
Try not to play the video of Nicolas Cage that Will sent out yesterday.
That was
That
awesome.
was great.
Well, that's going up.
Deep fakes are so
They're
much
the
fun.
best.
1792.
I feel like it's okay to do the deep fake thing as long as it's so obvious that it's a
Yeah.
deep
That
fake.
it's not.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but Nick Cage is not promoting the podcast.
No.
But if you want to, Nick, we got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
you're welcome to.
Nick or Matthew McConaughey.
I'll come Matthew. All right.
Come on the show.
all
and
right.
have,
All right,
yeah,
all
exactly.
right.
Have a cigar and a drink.
We
with
got a
us.
Willet over there, Heaven Hill Old Forester Barrel Pick, Grain to Glass, Knob Creek Barrel Pick, some Starlight.
Look, anytime you can get an Old Forester barrel pick, you're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going
Sazerac
over bid on that one.
Rye.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious what some of these prices are now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been going for almost 2 hours, so
Yep.
we're getting into the nitty gritty stuff right now.
It's going to start going pretty fast.
West
remember-
Fork Buffalo Trace. We've got a bunch of Bookers over there. I think there's
Yep.
4 different Bookers. What was this one? Ancient
Ancient
Age
Age.
10.
Ancient age, 10
Ancient age. Okay.
Ancient Age
That's
10.
a harder one to find. Yeah.
Another Woodford 121-2.
What I love is it's the half gallon in the plastic bottle.
Exactly.
Yes, it is.
Right? Which is
It's not special.
it's not, but it is something that
It
you
is.
could throw up on your cabinet, and people would look at that and go, "Why do you have this up here?" And be like, "Taste it."
Taste it.
And Northwestern SWAT Wives Choice First Edition. That could be interesting.
Is that
Or
a
it
hard
could be
truth
bad.
option? Like, is that, or is
No.
it's its own thing?
It's its own thing.
Huh.
And then
Oh, okay,
right
that's,
next to that, you've got Hard Truth. You've got 3 bottles of Hard Truth.
Some
Right next to a
knob.
Knob Creek. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff over there.
All right, so let's talk about something I texted the group about this week. I was at
us some top
out in-
offs?
I just
You guys
filled a little bit ago. I have to drive, so I have to at
You
least
more
keep it mostly
rye?
reasonable. More rye.
Yeah, he's
so-
not driving.
So
I'm
I'm
not
over
driving, I don't
at
give a shit.
over in St. Louis at the DoubleTree in Chesterfield, right on the west side of St. Louis. And you know, when you go to hotel bars, you just never know kind of what the situation is. It could be good, it could be bad, the pricing could suck, it could be fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It's a mixed bag,
Crack
right?
being sold in the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly. Depending on the part of town you're in.
Never
Yeah.
know.
But
Never
what
know.
what I liked here is they didn't have anything, you know, barrel proof. They didn't have anything crazy. They had just what you would expect to see, like Wild Turkey 101 and Knob Creek 9 and Maker's Mark and all these standard kind of things, right?
bud.
You're right. And I brought up the idea because I was tasting these. I was like, wow, I can really tell the difference in a very significant way between the big 6.
Yeah.
And I feel like when we get to higher barrel proof, because the flavors are so much more pronounced, that it's almost like you've got more complexity there and you start to get a little bit more overlap. I could not believe the glaring difference between these big 6 distilleries when drinking their standard issue stuff.
Now let me ask
Well-
you this: did you do it blind?
I did not, but that's
Blind is
That was
what
my
gives you a
suggestion for-
well,
mindset.
and I wasn't trying to pick.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Trying them.
I'm just going to try them.
That was
Yeah,
my
and
suggestion for another episode, was to blind the big 6 and see how accurate we could be.
I agree.
I don't know if we could. I don't know how accurate we could be. I'd have to like practice some.
Yeah.
But it's
I
still
guess
that
what-
takes away from
what,
it.
What kind
Yeah.
of blew my mind was seeing it and knowing I didn't hold any expectations. Right. I mean, to me, Heaven Hill always drinks a little bit not hot on the palate, but warm in the chest.
Yeah.
Okay. Most Heaven Hill to me,
A low hug.
It's got a nice low hug that I really love.
Yeah.
Like I really love that. But that's a common trait I find with all the Heaven Hill products. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's the Larceny, the Elijah Craig, or whatever's out there, right? I was just surprised at the palate differences at the proof I was drinking, because it was Wild Turkey 101, Knob Creek 9 years, 90 proof. I didn't try the Makers, but I think it's 90 proof
90
as
proof
well.
as well.
Yeah.
Your white label Jim Beam is 80. Your black label Jack is 80. I just think it'd be interesting to go through and try those and just do tasting notes, knowing what you're drinking, but just do tasting notes on them and talk about what those differences are.
Yeah.
Because it just kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I had not drank any of those in years.
Yeah.
It's
we,
been nothing
we had just
but
had that
barrel
conversation about tasting the big 6 over
Yeah.
again because we've strayed so far from it.
But I
Like
think
going
doing
back to
their core product,
Their core product. Yeah.
right? What is it that they sell the most of?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Jim Beam White Label,
Yep.
and Jack Daniel's Old
Number
7.
Yep.
You know, you look at
Regular Buffalo Trace.
regular Buffalo Trace.
Exactly.
What are the other ones we're looking at? Like an Old Forester Statesman, or what's their?
Well, that's Brown Foreman.
1910.
Brown Foreman.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's
Right,
still
that's
Buffalo
Jack,
Trace.
right?
Yeah. What else? Heaven Hill. Did we do
Yeah,
Heaven Hill?
you got Heaven Hill, Brown Foreman, which is Jack Daniels, right?
But see, that's the thing, is like I feel like
Jim
Heaven
Beam.
Hill Bottle and Bond is well, it would be JTS Brown in that case.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Do you really think JTS Brown is like a standard offering? I mean, I get that
What's
it's
gonna
out
be-
there and
what's
it's
gonna be
cheap,
standard?
but
because you're talking like these other bottles are going to be in that $20, $25 range.
yeah, that's
Heaven Hill is going to be in that $40 range for the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. So what is theirs?
who makes JTS
What?
Brown?
Heaven Hill.
Heaven Hill.
Heaven Hill.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
Heaven
I
Hill,
guess
it's
it
still
would
Heaven Hill
be.
Bottle and Bond,
I mean,
but it's so much cheaper. But in that case, then for Buffalo Trace, you should probably go with Benchmark Full Proof.
See, I don't think so. The only
No,
reason,
I'm just
the
saying
only reason I'd
price-wise.
say, yeah, I get it price wise, but Buffalo Trace whiskey
the standard.
Is the standard, right?
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
okay, so Jack Daniels and Wild Turkey 101 have both gone up in price.
Yeah.
Just the same way, right? But it's still the standard, right? I don't care that Buffalo Trace is now, allocated and whatever other shit they put out there. It's just because people go a little crazy. But it is the standard product.
Yeah.
So So what are we looking at? Jack Daniels, Black Label, old
Yeah.
number 7. Jim Beam,
White
White
Label.
Label. JTS Brown is probably,
be.
or the
Could be.
Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, but I kind of hate to do that because it's newer. It's not.
But it still is their standard.
It kind of is their standard.
Yeah, I'd
I
say
would
Heaven Hill Bottle and
say
Bond.
It probably is, right?
And then you're looking at, then you jump to
what,
someone
Maker's
like,
Mark, right?
I mean, you could do Maker's Small Batch.
Just the
the
regular
regular
small batch.
Wild Turkey would be their 101.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Yeah, Wild Turkey
101,
101.
101 could kick some ass.
And then
because,
what's the last big 6? Is it? I don't know the big 6. Is
who
it
we
MGP
missing?
or is it?
well, MGP's not.
They don't
in
count as a
Kentucky,
big
Yeah,
6.
it's not counted as a big 6.
Who are we missing? Four Roses?
Four Roses.
Four Roses,
Yeah,
yeah.
Four
Small
Roses.
batch.
Four Roses small batch.
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. So I think we get those. And even if we wanted to include like a mainstream product from some of the other just slightly lesser,
Yeah.
right? There could be a couple of those. But it'd be interesting to see if we can find kind of the defining elements between these,
So
these
wait,
various.
you're saying
That we should have
we get
6
like
to
8 to 10 bottles of whiskey to
and drink them in 2 hours?
together? It sounds like a deal to me.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
As we all take a
We're
sip.
all having a good day today, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a future idea.
Yes.
I'm sure if Breeden was here, he'd be schooling us on all the, all the big 6 and
He
all the-
would.
He's been studying for some big exam.
Damn ass hat
I don't-
judges.
yeah, right. And not even the ascot thing. Isn't he going for some crazy?
He's going for a sommelier.
Sommelier.
Yeah.
sommelier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
Which he's been working hard on that.
I mean, if you,
I mean, again, market research.
yes,
He's
it's-
drinking a lot of whiskey to educate himself.
I wonder how that goes with Becky because I'm pretty sure Becky does all the pours for his blinds.
I don't know, man. Becky seems to be. She
She's
does
into it?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
pretty on board.
See, I think if I was asking Janelle every
she
night,
did 4
could you
takes
pour
of
me?
his. She did 4 takes
She
of his
did.
bikini
She
video.
did.
She
Is
did.
that- yeah.
And it was her idea. The
Yeah.
whole thing was
that's
her idea.
brilliant, which is great.
Yeah, Becky's awesome.
She's fantastic. But I'm
we should
thinking
have
if I asked
Becky on the show.
Becky would be great on the show.
We got to get Becky on the
yeah,
show.
I think we
Becky,
got to
Well-
get her 2 drinks deep and then get her on the show.
Well, remember,
Exactly,
every
yes.
time they blend together, Becky's is always better than Will's.
That's true.
The tequila was, the rum was.
That's 100%
Yeah.
true.
So-
Yep. Awesome. All right, so
right,
we
let's-
are about finishing up here.
We are
we're
done.
we're pretty much wrapping up. There's 2 hours left.
Yep.
If you're anywhere close, 465, you're still an hour away. You can make it here.
Yep.
End of Watch Legacy Fund fundraiser. We've got Hard Truth out here. Special thanks to Sam and Emma for
Circle
joining
City's
us.
out here doing
Circle
samples
City's
as
out
well.
here. Drew Black.
Drew.
Drew couldn't join us because he was out here
He's
by
the
himself.
only one here.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're
we
gonna
are
go
going to
try
go
his
get.
whiskey
We're going to go
again.
try his
Oh, yeah.
whiskey. Thank you to Dirk and Jason from Old 55.
Yep.
Obviously, huge fundraiser for fallen officers. We always appreciate everything that they're doing in the community, and we appreciate you
Yes.
for joining us.
Is that what you appreciate about
It
them?
is what I appreciate
That's
about
awesome.
them. Yep.
Hey, so another thing too is like End of Watch Legacy Fund. If you're not looking to buy a bottle or anything else, stop by the shop. We have a QR code, or just go to endofwatchlegacyfund.com. You can donate money just directly to the cause. You don't have to buy anything. You can just donate money. That's a
100% of
great
that
way to-
money will go into the hands of families of fallen
And
officers.
100% of that money is a direct tax write-off for you because
go.
it is a
Yep.
legitimate fund. So
And we all want to pay a little less in taxes.
absolutely.
All right.
All
It is a
right.
bona fide
Well-
501c3.
Heine, where can they find you?
Moto Photo Will on Instagram.
You can find
Actually-
me at Scotty D Smokes.
I'm going to highlight the upcoming events real quick.
Please do.
We do have the Circle
yeah.
City 50/50 Club batch
Yes.
at the lounge for sale.
Good bottle.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
April 25th, for the first time, live music, live jazz music
This year,
Yeah.
at the lounge.
Some live jazz,
was it
baby.
Mace Chope?
So, if you guys were at the Fuel game where the dude went out there with his
saxophone, for
Saxophone.
the national
Oh,
anthem.
It's that
okay,
guy.
that guy?
That
we
guy.
tracked him down.
Oh, nice. That's
so
awesome.
he's coming out.
And then May 31st is opening night at the Cigar
Yep.
for live music
Let's go.
out
Yep.
there. June 7th, obviously the Mash Bash at Moon Drops Distillery in Fortville.
I do
Yep.
have to say, I'm not going to be at Mash Bash.
Oh, you asshole.
Yeah, well,
Well, see, here's the
suck.
thing. It's Janelle and I's 25th anniversary,
yeah.
and we've been trying to figure out what to do.
You should take her to Mash Bash.
Actually,
I think Greece was a bigger promo than.
we
Mash
looked at the
Bash.
European thing and we decided not to do it. It's
Oh, did
crazy.
you?
It's expensive.
Oh,
So we took all the money we were saving up to go on this big expensive cruise, and instead we're going to be fifth row UFC 316.
That's cool.
Right on the ropes where the challengers come out. Sean Sugar Show O'Malley, I'm looking for a high five from you, man. I'm so pumped. We get VIP treatment. We're going to be taking pictures from the ring after the event, blood and all.
So
I'm
for
going
those
nuts over this
So
thing.
for those of you that think, wow, Scott,
Is she
great
gonna wear a
gift.
tracksuit?
No, Janelle's is as much into
Oh, she's
MMA
crazy.
as
Way
you are.
over. Way
Yes.
over me.
is
She's
she
way
gonna wear a
past me.
tracksuit?
I think, it's
Oh,
going to be hot as shit. So, I mean, I'm not sure she can, but
Air conditioning
tracksuit.
yeah,
inside.
she's got the
big gold-
UFC
gold
championship
necklace.
gold.
You're gonna
Oh,
buy her a
yeah.
big gold chain? Good, good,
Absolutely.
good.
It's going to be amazing. I'm so pumped. But you guys have an awesome time at Mash Bash. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
call in while I'm, live at Newark. That's the only drawback of this whole thing.
It's Newark.
It's Newark.
It's Newark.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
hopefully
going
we're not
to
trying dog treats
25th
this year like we last
anniversary
year.
going to New Jersey.
Yeah, no dog treats will be eaten
No
at this
dog
show
treats.
this year. Yeah.
Yes, that's a good
That was the
call.
highlight of the year last year. That's pretty sad.
That
Okay,
was
let's
funny.
finish this. All
All right,
right.
where do
so
they find you?
Moto Photo Will on Instagram.
Find
Scott?
me at Scotty D Smokes.
I'm everywhere. Final Third Cigar. You got both our visuals and Spencer Lee's. Follow those guys.
Deadwood
and
Live,
Definitely
thank
follow
you.
the Final Third podcast.
Oh, and we didn't get the call out, but Harris Hoosier Park. We
Harris
love you
Hoosier Park.
guys.
We love you guys.
Always awesome. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys soon. Cheers.
Cheers. Everybody.
Drink more whiskey.
Oh,
There. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
thing.
so everybody just missed all that about humping palm trees.
Yeah, they did. They did. That's okay. We'll steal the audio from
Oh,
this
yeah.
thing. Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, we're here at End of Watch Legacy.
Yeah. Big crowd.
We've
Yeah.
been drinking a little bit.
This
man.
this might be. I hate to say it, but this might be the best crowd they've had for this event, especially when we had Dirk on and the entire place filled up. I mean, it was completely full. I mean, they
Yeah.
have the tasting room on the other side, but everyone is starting to hound in on the bottles they want to get. You'll see